Sit back, dear friends, and hear the tale, when fairies flew and ships did sail. You know the stories often told, of Peter Pan, both brave and bold, of Tinker Bell, clever and smart, of evil men born black of heart, adventure and treasure buried in sand, time held its breath in Neverland. But darkness fell on the island fair, a sickness rose of no compare. Each creature and plant fell one by one, no respite found for anyone. So the island died, its people scattered, those left behind broken and battered. Years went by, no end in sight. Then through the darkness came new light. The island breathes and life returns. Within our heroes a fire burns. The drive to find those who are lost, to build a home at any cost. Join pixies, skeletons, a mermaid or two, healers, never boys, and lost boys too. They're here each week, new stories told. So pull up a chair and never grow old.
It just happened to be used in
Hello, everybody!
Oh, God!
Welcome to Never.
Take that!
It is Friday night, and it is time for a little Never. Welcome to the stream. Thank you so much for everybody that hung out with us backstage and gave us NPC names and hung out with us. You can do that anytime if you are a subscriber to the channel. We welcome everybody to come and hang out with us and talk, and just as we get ready.
Even right now?
Oh, yeah, you could.
And now.
It's gonna be weird.
Oh.
It'd be like coming backstage as like the band walks on stage. You're like, so glad we got
It's like,
these passes.
wow. Hey man, that's a great idea.
Hey,
How
let's
about
do
some
this.
backstage passes?
Let's actually laminate some passes. Okay, so thanks for tuning in. We've got a few announcements before we get started with tonight's game. You can come hang out with us on the Discord. There's lots of fun and interesting things happening on the Discord, including an inspiration channel, a chance for you to hang out with the cast and keep up to date when it comes to schedule changes, and to see the latest memes. The meme game was strong today. It was really good. So come and hang out with us. We also have a couple of play-by-post going on right now. Right now, Blood and Bourbon is going on, but it will be ending in October on Halloween night. So everybody that's watching and that has those characters that want to get in those last couple of RP sessions, make sure that you log in and do that. And then we also have Cirque de Illusion that is put on by our very own Gypsy Wolf. So yeah, lots of fun things to do in Discord. We have a shop where you can buy actual merch with cool shirts like the one that Calcium is wearing and Thistle is wearing. And do we have any mugs?
Yeah.
And we have a mug. So there's lots of cool stuff that you can get
Not that one.
that will rep the Karma brand. Not that one, but it's still pretty great. And
You
it's
can
got
buy it
beer
right
in
off of him.
Yeah. I'll give you $5. Oh, that's my mug. Damn.
Yeah, sure. $5.50 you keep the liquid too.
We also have an online digital store. It's actually Dimitri's online digital store. Buying things in this digital store are digital items that can affect the campaign in different ways. You can purchase a slot to have an NPC implanted into Neverland and Wonderland. You can buy digital items that are once buy one collectible and sort of level up your avatar. You can buy a spoiler, or you could have before it was bought, to help develop a story for one of the campaigns. Today's item is a mystery box. Think Survivor. Could be a half-eaten sandwich. Could be a level up for the character of your choice. Could be an instant thing of combat. Could be a rare magical item. Could be the pet that you've always wanted. Who knows?
Don't
Could it be
Could be the pet. That clip is always on it.
Could it be a mystery box?
You don't know. It's in the mystery box. So that
I
is
just
one
want
of
my
the
murder dog.
I don't know if I can give it to you now legally because you called it my murder dog. Lots of fun and interesting things coming up on the channel. We are usually dark on Saturday nights. Sunday, tomorrow is the second episode of our pen and paper RPG. We are very excited. Big Mike, our Nitro, is coming in, and we get to do. I get to play, which is awesome. But we do it sort of technology light, hand-drawn maps, and things of that sort, where we're able to design characters. I feel so bad. It's a very serious campaign. It's Curse of Strahd, which is very dark and serious. And then as the group is designing our characters, we're like, hey, let's do a Wizard of Oz tint to it. So we have a Lionborn, we have a Dorothy, we have a Tin Man that's looking for a soul. We have all sorts of interesting characters. So
I love them.
yes. So that is happening on Sunday. On Monday, we have a very special one-shot. When I first started playing D&D, I had this idea, and I've let it sort of germinate. I picked up, it's fermented. I threw that away. An even better idea. Wonder and Neverland have been amazing things, but this is something that I had as an idea before I knew what D&D actually was. And this is something that I now feel comfortable introducing. So it's Dungeons and Dragons set in the modern day. There are some changes when it comes to implementing certain technologies and things of that sort, but I'm very excited for it. So if you have a chance to come and watch on Monday, I would love for you to come and join and see. It has the potential to grow into something that I think is going to be a lot of fun for a lot of people. So yeah, tune in for that on Monday for the Lost Isle. That is Monday. Tuesday is Wonder. Tuesday is Wonder. Lots of stuff happening in Wonder, including
And when making us all cry?
and when making people cry.
And angry?
Completely changing the scope of the game. It's a 5e game set in Wonderland. We encourage you to come out and watch that because
29 days.
a lot of things happen and the end of the world is coming. So
Don't you hate it,
You know,
Wayne?
maybe a little faster now.
Probably not, though.
Oh, your voice cracked.
just
right there.
enough to make your voice cry.
I know, that's how upset I am.
Well, Wednesday, Wednesday, I don't think there's anything going on here on Indigo Chameleon, but we encourage you to go check out some other streams and fun stuff, and you can always tune in to see what we're hosting. Thursday night, there's probably some World of Warcraft, finally. Every time I announce that, like something comes up and we don't have World of Warcraft, so... there's something coming up on Wednesday, or maybe I've already forgotten what's coming up. But stay tuned to the Discord. Wow. Stay tuned to the Discord. And I think that's it when it comes to announcements. Except, hang on, our artist of the month of October. T.E. Graves is an amazing artist, and she's been a huge part of the channel. She's certainly not in this room right now. But if she were in this room right now, I would tell her that she's made several people here in this room cry. Tears of joy at the amount of beautiful artwork that she has done. This here is Daisy.
Daisy.
And it is amazing to me to see a physical, like visual representation of a character that I created. So it is, it's absolutely amazing. So thank you to E. Graves for all that you do. Please visit that Instagram and support amazing artists. We have a giveaway on Wonder for a creation created by her. We're giving away Harvey. So if you want to tune in on Tuesday, you have a chance to win Harvey and to have a little representation. Actually, can you hand me that? We'll tease people a little bit. So gang, where's Harvey?
Oh, that's so cute.
I don't know if you noticed, but Harvey is holding a cake that says "Eat Me." Calm down, Al. Calm down. Get it out.
Oh, I get it.
Harvey will be given away, and I think I will give Harvey away with a very special set of dice that I've been holding on to a rainy day. So TE may say hi when they so choose. So a Wizard arrives precisely when they mean to. So yeah. Good, Roxy, welcome. So I think that's it now for announcements. God, I love this little Bunny and Daisy right here. I'm a simple man. Once upon a time, in Never, a bunch of stuff happened.
Dear God.
The group was split. And for one half of, in one day, one particular group went and we encourage you to go back and watch any of the episodes that we have on demand. One of the groups went and followed along with a group of mermaids that entrusted the group to take a particular mermaid to a spot. They said that they would pay the group handsomely with free passage when it comes to this particular mermaid's group alongside the oceans. It was a gift or a prize that they couldn't turn down. Clip and Cal decided to stay behind and look after this mermaid and sort of be the point people for this particular adventure. Through a series of wild events, the mermaid turned on the group, had a particular bloodlust to kill Thistle for some strange reason. It was weird. It was almost a familiarity there. And then they managed to circumnavigate and make their way back to safety. While that was happening, Clip and Cal had an adventure of their own. And while they had this adventure, it is not Never proper. It was a one-shot. You can find it on demand at the Never 1.5. During this adventure, they went to a different place. They met some interesting characters along the way, people that were, each had their own sort of agenda. They found the equivalent of, let's call it for now the flip side of the coin, where magic reacted in an opposite way to the way that it was normally cast, and it was the darker side of Neverland. It was being investigated by an individual that was looking for what he believed to be multiple sources of the sickness, not just one particular place. They found this particular place, and through a little bit of exploring, they discovered this area. After barely managing to get out with their lives, they separated from their newfound friends and made their way back to where the rest of the group had left them, dumped the girl out of his bag, and this is where we find our adventurers. So, thank you to the Glassbender. Thank you so much for the raid. We love you guys. So, adventurers. Your mermaid companion has granted you safe passage. You will all find the sort of polyhedron, crystal, rainbow stones that she says in case you run into a group that is asking for proof of friendship with the Triton class, that you can show them this stone. And she has left you. It is late evening. You find yourselves on the beach where this adventure began. The sun is setting.
Beat up.
Are you what?
Sorry, I was thinking, how beat up am I? Beat up.
You're, some of you are a little bit more beat up than others. So what would you like to do?
I'm just remembering I do have the tiara still that she left behind. I forgot.
Yeah, did you?
Yeah, but I do have that.
The dolphin.
The bone, the
dolphin
crown.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think I'd like to return his finger to him.
Sure. Cal, she goes.
Has he noticed it's gone?
No. There were a couple of perception checks that were made that were just kind of low, and I was like, cool, everything's great. And you're like, let me tell you more about. Let me tell you more about.
She's not phased.
You ever
Oh,
look
this
at your
plays like the back of
hand
my hand.
and like just
That's
have the
weird.
wrong number of fingers, Billy?
Yeah. God, if I had a nickel, I'd have, oh my God, where's my nickel? And my finger.
I know this.
You still have possession of this crown. However, there is no wizard in this party.
Yeah.
And unfortunately,
We cannot investigate it.
Fortunato is not there as well, so you can get to know this item and spend a little bit of time with it.
Could he just slide on camera real quick? And
Let me roll the d20 and see if Fortunato is still wandering around the beach.
It's a 30 on the dice.
What did I roll?
At 12.
Nope, he's not there.
I'm not gonna investigate it. I'm keeping it in my bag.
Okay.
Because
It is pretty.
Yeah.
I don't want us to get involved with any dangerous
Sure.
malarkey.
If you want to hold on to this crown until you find somebody that can help you understand a little bit more about what it does, if anybody here is proficient in Arcana as well, I would allow them to make an Arcana check.
Oh, actually.
to see if they can discern.
I'm kind of proficient in Arcana.
Knowing
No.
that she is like very, very
Super
in tune with
magical.
magic, I'm gonna pull her over because I don't want the rest of the group to. Not like I'm keeping secrets, just like I'm.
But keeping secret.
No, not like I'm
Here,
keeping
come
secrets.
talk over here. We're definitely not disclosing.
Just like I
right?
don't want a mess to
Yeah.
happen.
You know what? Fair.
And I'm just gonna tell her that I still have the crown and that we need to figure out what's happening so that none of us get hurt.
Go ahead and make an Arcana check then, Eris, since Desvahai is kind of...
Good. It's
Yeah.
a 22.
You take a little bit of time to examine the crown. A lot of it is natural magic that's tied to a particular region. The Tritons are not known for being particularly, and neither other mermaids are known for being particularly adept, learned magic users. A lot of their items are tied to physical components. As you study this crown, it seems to be made of a bone and different various shells and things of that sort. You don't detect any sort of malicious magic associated with the crown. You don't sense the energies that could help, like that would cause a curse or something like that to happen. But you're not sure as to the effects that this particular crown would have.
Okay.
Your guess with an Arcana check that high is that it would be associated with being in the water or close to the water.
But I know for sure it is not malicious in any shape
Correct.
or form or curse.
Yes.
I know for sure that we have a group that I don't want to get their hands on this and just start doing things with it. I think that we need to put this in a safe place, especially if we're going to stay on the beach. Because if the one woman, the one siren that we had met knew that we had this, then we would all have been at war with the sirens anywhere we go.
Unfortunately, I think she knows that we have it still.
How do you think she knows we have it?
Because we saw the hand, didn't we? When it tried, like, because you grabbed it with your axe and didn't put your hand.
No, oh, I know what you're
The crown
talking
was
about.
left on the edge.
Mhm.
You reached
Yes.
down, but you used your axe to pick it up, and as you did, you realized it was a feint, and a hand reached up to grab
Yeah.
onto your hand.
Yes, I remember. I'm not talking about the
Okay.
hand. I'm talking about the woman who gave us these. And I pull out the stone.
Yeah.
If she knew that we had the crown, she would not have given us these.
Where do you suggest we put it?
I'm fine with keeping it here. I think we need to give it to somebody who knows and loves magic. So if we find, what is her name again? Tabaxi
Shadow?
sales girl.
Shadow, right?
Hmm?
Shadow?
Shadow. If we
Possibly
find
reselling it or...
Shadow again, let's just give it to her for safekeeping. And if we ever need it, we know where to find
Out
her.
of context, maybe that lady from the bureau, or the lady that Nell didn't like. I can't remember her name right now.
Oh,
I don't trust her, so no.
I don't trust her either.
Absolutely not.
No, not
Yeah.
me.
Shadow, yeah, potentially, or if we find somebody else potentially that we would all
I want
trust.
somebody from Neverland to be entrusted with it.
Absolutely, I agree.
Okay. Are we staying on the beach tonight? Are we heading...
So how was your guys' trip? That was fun.
Oh, did I actually not? Did I give him his finger?
You
I
did give him
Here.
his finger back.
I know this place like the back of my whoa.
I saved it. It was almost in the water or used
I-
for a spell or something.
I appreciate
I mean,
it.
I just barely caught it. I was very lucky. It
You-
was awesome.
You harken back to the awkward hug given to you by one of the mermaids before she left.
Maybe you shouldn't be hugging ladies too much.
You know, it's
Liv is kind of like, not like with the group, because she's still kind of really super shaken.
Okay.
So just kind of like a way of trying to like process everything. that
Yeah.
she saw.
So did anything spooky happen your guys'
did
way?
fight a big spooky thing, but
Oh,
we
yeah.
We won, of course.
Two.
Cool. The thing we saw, we couldn't fight.
Oh, well.
Yeah.
We almost died. I mean,
Yeah.
to be fair.
No, we didn't almost die.
Clip
We
on it,
used
too.
one arrow and struck it multiple times with one heroic arrow that was
We did do some pretty cool things.
Can I insight
with an
this?
arrow.
Yeah, absolutely. Give me an insight check.
No.
No, I believe it. I believe it. I believe it head
Yeah,
and shoulders.
supposedly they used one arrow multiple times for an attack, and
That is what happened.
Yeah, no, I know.
That did happen.
The
That's
way
awesome.
he's talking about it, I don't blame him for insight checking.
Yeah.
We used one arrow several times, multiple ways.
Ooh, I got to teleport once.
Did you?
Yeah,
That's
just
interesting.
once.
Just once.
Yeah.
Can you do it again?
Nope.
Oh, no.
What'd
It was
you guys
cool at
do?
the
So,
time.
so we saw, and you're gonna love this if I know your sense of humor.
Yes, of course. Yes, of course. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. Out on the coast, there was this man who had ships in his beard.
Ships
You
in his
didn't see
beard.
it. You went through the tree before you showed up.
Hold on.
I'm sure it was conveyed.
Ships or chips?
Small ships in his
Yeah,
beard,
it's
flavor blasted Doritos, and then also
Extreme dill pickle.
Like teeny tiny ships, or was he
No,
just
we're
very,
talking
very large?
like full size. It was man and then big man.
He said he's the harbinger of death.
What?
Yeah,
What?
that's exactly what I thought.
Huh?
So he's
What?
a giant?
And I thought I was the weirdest thing I saw here. But no, there's this man with ships in his beard, which has something to do. With the
Flotation
sickness?
device?
No, I'm talking like full ships.
Yeah, of course. Would he
The
use them as a
cave.
flotation device? Does it help with swimming? If you're a very large man,
The-
you have
Why would
ships?
you want your beard to float instead of your mustache to float?
You know, that's a great question.
Perhaps the mustache floats
I've
on its
questioned
own.
everything you've said except that.
Anyway, so what happened to him? Is he
cave.
still here? And I look up.
No, it's something to do with the Never Tree.
Give me a perception.
I was
see
looking
birds?
for a giant. 12.
No.
There aren't giants.
There are no
Sky.
giants in the sky. There are no big, tall, terrible giants.
giants.
But it was.
The cave walked across different place. Yes?
Yes, of course, yes.
Same. Walked across different place. Sickness.
Same style of thing from Skull Rock, but not the same.
We went up a
Like-
ship, and all of a sudden it just changed.
Similar to the Skull Rock incident.
Except everything went really gray.
You were walking parallel to each other.
One up a time, went up like a staircase.
No, you were walking parallel
Same
to each
world,
other.
different place.
And the barbarian gets the
And Cal's like, I'm confused.
I'm going.
Cal's
My
like, I
wisdom
don't
is
have a
that
brain.
bad.
No, and
I don't have a brain.
Well, if it's a
Exactly.
place with giants
Work
and
with
ships
that
in their
gravity.
beards, maybe we shouldn't go back.
Shouldn't go back where? What?
To the other place, the place with the giant with the ship in his beard.
Yeah, that
I
doesn't
don't
sound
think
fun.
we're gonna have a choice.
We would need a much larger arrow,
Wait.
I believe. Yes.
Wait, why don't we have a choice?
A javelin?
Because I
said,
can you believe me?
hear
We
me-
can walk a
and
different
feel,
place.
hear me out and correct me if I'm
Clip's gonna walk away.
Oh, right. Goodbye.
no. Clip, hold on. And
No.
I need you to back me up.
I
on
keep
this.
getting interrupted. She's frustrated. She's leaving.
Oh.
We keep seeing these deities. These people of Neverlore. The whole thing with the baby, with the gods and stuff along those lines. This one seemed like one of them.
Interesting.
Can I tell that Clip is upset?
Yeah, I mean, it's hard because she has always come across as somewhat aloof. Because the first time you met her, she was in a tree talking to animals. So, but I think it's fairly obvious that the more he talks about this, like the more she's having trouble articulating the stuff. And I want it known that Cal and Clip are both relaying this secondhand. Neither of them saw any of this. They saw a small part, but this is all secondhand from Cal and Clip describing what someone else saw when they came
I
back
heard
from
it.
this.
I was still there. I didn't see it because I wasn't over the trees, but I heard him.
You heard the sounds of the,
Yeah.
but this was not seen by either one of them.
Why were you there?
We found we found people. We were watching the mermaid in a hackam circumstance. The mermaid fell asleep, and we heard screaming. And being the people that we were, me and Clip went to go look, and we found other folks.
Other folks screaming?
Well, one
That's
of them was
why you
screaming.
went to
Had
them?
like dogs. Like it was. Yeah, they were lit up, almost ethereal, almost.
You, not you. 1, 2, 3. Religion or history.
Who are you pointing at?
You.
Me?
Desmahai, Thistle, and Eris. I need history or religion.
9.
Okay.
16
16 on
8.
which one?
on religion.
On religion. 8. So 16 on religion. You are somewhat in the know in terms of spiritual guardians. When Hal starts talking about, it was a dog-like thing, but it was made of light, and it connects with you. Sometimes the spiritual world sends out these
A spirit
guardians.
animal.
A spirit animal. When he starts talking about it being made of light, that's when you finally clue in or plug into this conversation.
All right.
If they saw a being made of light and they had to get past it, this thing was guarding something major.
Okay. All right. And this being of light was in our world.
Yeah, there was 3 of them. They were attacking a guy who,
3.
or maybe defending something, or it was a case that he wanted in this particular ship, and everyone seemed to be interested in this one particular ship.
Cal, why is she upset?
I don't know. It was a rough time. Like it was a rough couple hours that we spent there. Things was sideways. I ended up charming myself because I tried to charm somebody else, which usually isn't a problem, but except when I want it to work.
Well, I do believe this is most unusual.
And she took kind of a beating
That's all.
too, so I'd recommend before we go anywhere else, we might want to go back to the treehouse.
I could use some rest.
I
I mean,
concur.
I could use some rest.
Well, let's go back.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it does not take long, especially as the sun begins to set. There's a sense of urgency. Cliff, do you go with them?
Yeah.
Okay, so as you all begin to make your way towards the treehouse,
Walking back,
Um.
I want to put my hand on Clip's back as we walk back.
do you allow
Just to
that?
comfort.
Yeah. Okay. There's a brief moment.
And
yeah.
then I'll keep chatting with Cal. I don't know if you would relay about it being relating to the sickness at all.
I said sickness multiple times.
You did? Okay, I missed that.
Yeah, and it was a case of that she did most of the perceiving. Like I said, I did most of the listening of the people that saw it. I didn't get a good glimpse of it. She heard these thundering footsteps, and it sounded massive.
If our world is dying and this place could be a source of it, then we need to either end the source or shut it off. So it feels like we're having to go back there again either way.
I wouldn't recommend right now.
No, I recommend
What do-
sleeping right
what's-
now at the treehouse, but
So we could rest
No, I
and then
mean-
have an adventure in a different place where magic works differently and there's a giant guy with chips in his beard?
No.
It's a game we can't win. Not
Not-
at this point.
Not yet.
Not at this point.
I'll take your word for it.
It's a game. It's a game that I wouldn't want to play. Not at this moment.
Alright.
I think we figure out a little bit more on this side of the coin, so to speak, instead of going off on things that, once again, me and Cliff saw and heard secondhand.
The ultimate yes-ander, Thistle, is bouncing back and forth.
How
from
exactly
one-
did you get there?
The ship's destroyed.
Yeah.
You can't
They
go.
say the ship's destroyed.
The ship. So you got there on a ship? Was it in the water?
No.
Where was it?
Thistle.
Was it
no.
near here?
You like games,
I do.
but you also like winning your
You're
games,
making
correct?
this worse. You're making this worse. You're making this worse.
I like what winning
You
games?
like winning your
Yes, I
games.
do like winning games.
This is a game
No,
that
stop.
That can't be one. At least not right now.
How do you know?
How do I know?
Because we don't know where the dice are for this game. We need to
We
find
don't
the
know
dice
the parts
first.
to play this game.
Oh, we can make up our own game.
Yes.
All right.
No,
Okay,
it'd be like
so we
play-
rest, and then we find where this place is, and
No,
then
this'll. I got this one.
Yeah,
Have you ever
please.
played tic tac toe?
Oh, with rocks and sticks.
Yes.
Got it.
Imagine the other side has rocks, but you are given no sticks.
That's not fair.
Exactly.
Right. We need to find sticks.
I'm good at finding sticks.
Thistle immediately starts breaking away and gathering sticks. And walk to the tree.
Cool. Let's go to the treehouse. Take a nap.
You arrive
Alright.
back. You arrive back at the treehouse. Daisy and Pax are nowhere to be seen at the treehouse. They are elsewhere for that particular evening because of
Because
a
reason.
one shot that happened.
that's right.
That's all within the same scope of time.
This is a big
The
dragon.
giant lizard guy we saw. We were there. We know who he is.
Oh, yes.
We were there.
You all settle down for the evening up in the trees. Once again, somebody can go on watch if you so choose.
I will.
I will
we can,
also all come.
is everybody just taking watches again?
Sure.
All right,
I
let's
think
do
so.
this. Give me first watch, second watch, and third watch. Who's taking first?
I do
Clip
first.
and all, yeah.
Clip and Eris. Who's got second watch?
I'll take
I'll
second.
do it.
Okay. Slowpoke and Dez.
Oh no.
And once again,
Taking the graveyard shift.
Hal and Thistle.
Thank you.
Shift.
Nothing can go
Shift.
wrong.
Clip and Eris, give me, one of you can make a perception roll at advantage,
You
or
want to hit that advantage?
You want me to?
Yeah, I have +0 perception.
Great, love
Uh,
that. Oh, I have great.
You are
We're good.
super
We're
perceptive.
Cool, you take that.
That's
No one's had a
19.
full long rest by that point.
Yes, long rests.
19.
19? Okay.
Oh, God.
Oh no.
Who that cat?
Who that cat?
You are resting. All of you are resting. Clip and Eris, you are sort of surveying in the tree.
I'm still, and I'm still comforting
Yeah.
Clip as best as I can because I don't know if I'm comfortable enough to ask her.
Give me animal handling.
Yeah. Okay.
Let's play this right.
I know.
Okay. It's a 4.
You go like at one point like Clip is.
It's about to be a nat 20.
I know. I was like, I saw that look. I see Clip. I see you just being like, I know how to handle this. Clip is a little like freaked out, but
lost my touch.
she's a little freaked out, and you just go like surprise hug, and like jump out of the spot.
You pet against the grain.
My wings go.
And,
Shit,
and
these are
Clip,
weird.
you can see that she's trying so hard, but those wings just unfurl, and it's a surprise hug that just it kind of scares you a little bit, but you get a tap.
Sorry.
It's like petting against the
I'm
grain.
still getting used to these moments.
Okay. I'm gonna try to listen for like any like wolf howls.
Wolf howls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I miss my family.
I know you do. You're sort of looking out in the air. I will say that added perception check that since you assisted her in sort of looking out, you unfortunately don't hear any wolf howls that night, but the forest is alive, and surrounding you. Different animal calls and things of that sort. What? You have a look on your face.
Yes, I do.
What?
Is there something I could roll to sense that that's what she's missing?
Absolutely.
What would that be?
It's an insight.
Animal handling now.
Please no. Please God, no.
I will say this, she's not hiding it.
Great.
You can choose to spend your time trying to locate that.
Wait, locate.
You can choose your time to start looking around for the wolves that she's trying to look for, the animals.
No,
But
I
that
wouldn't.
is what you will have spent your time doing.
See, no, I was thinking I wanna use Clarence.
Okay.
She needs to meet Clarence.
Perfect. This will be the center of attention for the two of you.
Okay.
Okay. So you're a bummed. You're in a bad place. You're looking for the wolves, and then
Because
all
with
of a
with the perception of 19, there was nothing. Okay.
I,
Right?
I'm gonna say that the cow in the clearing is going to be a little distracted.
That's fine.
There's a
What's this? So I pull it out.
yeah.
I go, Clarence.
Yeah, as she places the little thing on the ground, she's like, Clarence, come out! And it just sort of like stands there. You're like, it's a little chip. That's next to
baby
you.
cow.
Next to you is a full-grown cow that's like 3 feet tall. It's almost like a miniature horse, but instead it's a miniature cow. And Clarence is wearing a bell, and he's just black and white.
Cow's not one of the language I picked, but I wish it was.
The more time you spend with Clarence, the more I'll allow you to be able to. Yeah. So.
Gonna pet the cow.
Would you call it a bull cow? Bulldog?
No, its name is Clarence.
Clarence is very obviously female, even though you were not there. So, but Clarence.
Even in your sleep, you're like,
That's a female cow.
female
It takes me 10 minutes, but I will cast Speak with Animals.
Sure.
You don't have to.
Oh, I don't have to?
No, because it speaks.
Does the cow speak
Yes,
common?
because it can communicate with me
You.
and my party members, is what I thought it said.
Oh, okay.
Hold on, let me double check.
Oh.
Oh?
So
You
we
did that
all
much
can
fun.
talk to
You
Clarence.
can all talk
Oh,
to
no, your, okay, so your languages, so mine. Just kidding.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna chill with the cow
Yeah, after 10 minutes, you're.
and ask it how it's doing.
I'm pretty great.
Why are all my animals stoners?
Man, I'm not a stoner. I'm just like.
Jerry is.
Jerry's a stoner. Clarence is not. Clarence is Matthew McConaughey.
Matthew McConaughey. Hey.
Like, hey,
All right.
Matthew McConaughey.
It's like what I eat.
Clarence is just kind of spends the evening.
Just have a nice conversation with the cow.
Yeah.
I feel a little better, not as panicked.
Yeah, you are moved by his simplicity and his,
Hold on.
Here's your inspiration from the cow.
Well, scientists are still like, we did
Can
establish that Clarence was female too, so.
You said.
So you have an enjoyable evening talking with Clarence. And
Yeah.
I think your watch goes undisturbed.
Oh, good.
Minus
the cow.
Minus the cow and minus the cat walking by your back as you're enjoying your time with Clarence. And Clarence is like, who that cat? The cow still has plenty of time, so would you guys like to cuddle with the cow? Does anybody cuddle with Clarence?
Yeah.
I think there's a cuddle puddle of Eris and Clip and the cow. And the tree may need to be reinforced at some point, but it's a little cow. Great. Let's go to the second watch. Slowpoke and Dez behind. Same thing, if you'd like to make a joint perception.
I'm giving
I'm very excited for long rest. I would keep
that shouldn't have done that.
those dogs.
That's
babies.
only like a 9.
9.
No, that was joint.
Oh, 9. Okay. You don't see anything. That's all right.
Everything's fine.
Everything's great. Everything's fine.
There's a cow.
Could I spend some time looking at my book? Or
Yeah.
would that be? I'll
You would forego keeping watch, so it would just be him. So from now on.
So it would have been
if
a
you're
4
gonna-
for perception.
If you're gonna spend your rest,
Okay.
like doing that, you need to tell me before that roll with advantage is made, because that's the equivalent of like you guys both scoping out and you're like, oh hey, what was that, and you're assisting him.
Okay.
I can say you get a couple hours.
I understand. Cool.
Add another 2
couple
hours to that.
2 hours.
So you guys at your appointed time, you each have a long rest under your belts. Cal and Thistle.
So I've technically had a long rest by this point now.
Correct.
Before I
yes.
start, okay. So I am, during this time, subtly, perhaps even charmingly if I need to, trying to find out everything I can about this place and where they were when they found it And
Cal, give me a perception check then, since she is spending the entire time being like, hey, if I were to design a place, like, and it was a scary place, where would I put that thing?
I'm
On
gonna find
fire.
out what he saw, how he was there, and what it was like, and how spells
Perception?
worked.
Give me a perception check.
Hard 20.
Oh.
You talk to him, and you're asking all these questions, you know, tight-lipped.
Tight-lipped. Nope. On where would I build it? On on fire. It's fine. No.
You hear a soft rustling coming from the trees and brush next to the entrance to the camp. Like next to where the treehouse is, like
Mhm.
there's just a rustling of the brush. Then you hear two tiny voices speaking to one another. It's indistinguishable. It's hard to determine what they're saying, but you're hearing voices.
Can I send Scritch that way?
You do not
I don't
hear
hear it,
any
okay.
of this. You're like, so
All right.
tell me more about the ship and the game I can't win.
I point out. Do I hear like a direction it's coming
Yeah,
from?
you know exactly where it's coming from. There's a little like patch of like bushes or
Yeah.
something, and the bushes are even moving now that you've heard it. They're like it's like shaking.
I just very quietly go. And I just look at the bush.
Okay, now can I send Scritch over there?
Sure, give me an athletics or acrobatics check for Scritch as you are in the top of a tree, unless Scritch has a climbing speed innate to
I think
being
he
around.
can just pop in and out. Let me double check.
So you're just gonna like pop.
Like he would
And-
just pop down to the tree and
Sure.
run over.
Okay.
Telepathically, temporarily dismiss.
Yeah.
Yeah, he can
You dismiss and send him.
reappear
So give him a
in the
stealth
occupied
check,
space.
please.
that is an 18 plus whatever his stealth is.
Scritch goes over to the bushes. Do you have to choose whether you can see or hear when you summon this familiar, or do you get both?
I can, shoot, I should know this.
That's okay.
Okay, no, I gain the benefits of any senses he has, but I'm deaf and blind.
As you, Thistle's eyes go like completely white. And she goes like sort of catatonic as she is channeling through Scritch and
Yeah.
sending Scritch over.
I've seen it enough. I know what's going on.
Yeah, you hear voices, Thistle. You hear, hey, yeah, so this is where they said, that's where she said they'd be. She said they're staying up in a tree. And a tree, that's dumb. Why would they stay up in a tree? I don't know. Like, sometimes people are stupid and they stay up in trees. Didn't you have, like, a brother who stayed up in a tree? No, I never had a brother who stayed up in a tree. He stayed in, like, a really high bush. It was like a hydrangea bush. He's not gonna climb to the top of a tree. You can't judge people climbing to the top of a tree. Don't mention the tree anymore, all right? So should we like wake them, or should we make a noise? Yeah, what noise do you want to do to wake the people in the tree? You want to just like what? Stop like maybe we make like wolf noises or something? No, that's dumb. Like just to shoot arrows down. We're not gonna make wolf noises. What's a non-threatening animal? A dog. Who loves dogs? I love dogs. We both love dogs. All right, so let's start making dog noises and then see if they.
Famous last
And Scritch is just like in the thick, and they're not even paying attention to what this thing. And it's these two little men. It's these two like little men. They look like almost like kid size, but they're wearing white shirts that are like almost like unbuttoned to the navel, like hair coming out of it.
Oh my
They're
God.
completely barefoot. Like, and they're just sort of like talking, and every time they talk, they're gesticulating wildly about like, what's that bear? They almost look identical, except one on the right has this like amazing curly Q mustache that occasionally like he'll bring a finger and he'll like twirl the mustache a little bit.
I'm sorry, guys. I don't know what to do.
What do you want to
Sorry.
do?
Okay, Scritch is gonna like move around and like that.
Sure.
So that he gets noticed.
Hey, shut up.
And
There's a rat dancing. I'm sorry, what?
and I'm gonna make use minor illusion to make Scritch roar like a lion, like a big scary roar.
Okay. There's a why is that? And these two little men just go bolting out of the bushes.
I wanna chase
like,
them.
Running away, like Scritch is like chasing after them. Like
Well, no, I'm gonna chase him now because now I'm gonna I wanna let's go.
you
Let's chase
cut,
him. Yeah,
you
we
cut
go down
your
the tree.
connection. You
Yeah.
cut your connection with Scritch. and Thistle's like, let's go, we're gonna chase them, and like starts climbing out of the tree down the ladder, and
Oh god, we gotta wake the rest of them up. We can't just leave them here.
We'll yell while we run.
these two men are just like, it's gonna eat me, like it's like, and just running as fast as they can away from the encampment. I think at this point everyone's had a long rest. This happens near the tail end of it, as you just hear a lion roar, and you hear the sounds of two men screaming like, I don't want to die, I don't want to die, and they're just running away from the camp.
Can't talk, gotta go. She let her lion
We
roar
noticed
out
that
of her
they're
mouth.
gone at this point.
Everyone wakes up, and this
Whoa,
was
is
like,
that what?
and
Cow.
chasing these two men. And Cal's like, I can't talk. Bye.
Gotta go. See you.
Cal, where's the lion?
It was the mouse.
What? What are you saying?
We have a mouse.
The cow can't get up. It's like it's like shifting on its side.
Is the cow the lion?
Just jump out of the tree.
Just jump out
I
of the
just
tree.
jump out.
You can shrink them down.
Yeah.
Like,
Shrink him down, and I'm gonna fly.
Yeah, flying. These two men now are just like are in a small corner, like by this tree, and they're both hugging each other. And Thistle's just kind of staring at them, and Scritch is standing up with them, like he's not making a lion sound anymore. He's just going.
I just walk behind Thistle and like.
Oh my God! Please don't kill us. No, kill him first. Kill him first. Kill me first. Why would they kill me first?
I'll kill you both if you don't shut up.
Who are you?
I don't know if this is a test, like, because he said shut up or he'd kill us, and then you guys said who we were. It's just like one of those things, like one of us always tells the truth and one of us lies, and then you have to ask, like,
Answer the question.
Okay. I'm Vinny. Hello. And
Are we there at this point?
You
Yeah.
guys, you catch up as they're introducing themselves, and Vinny walks forward, and he's the one with the big long mustache, and he sort of like walks forward and then doesn't know what to do with himself, so just sort of like bows. I am Vinny, and this is my half brother Tony. Hello. It is a joke because we are halflings.
Mm-hmm. Why are you here?
So,
With you laughing, like Tony starts laughing, and
Wait.
Vinny starts laughing.
would that make you quarter brothers?
This guy gets it. Oh God.
Remember the whole thing about killing you if you don't answer questions?
Sure, yes, sir.
Yeah, thank you.
Well, I do believe responding to jokes is also onto that line. So
I've got something going here. Don't
Oh,
worry.
right. Sorry. Yes.
Thank you. I appreciate it. But no.
Yeah, our good buddy Shadow said that you guys had gold to spend, and like you possibly might be interested in a deal. Yeah, like a deal that would be mutually beneficial to everybody as a group. Yeah, as a group, mutually beneficial.
My favorite thing about this conversation is really going back. So
What?
Shadow sent
The best
you.
part is I don't know which one's Tony and which one's Vinny.
What was that?
What deal?
Well, Vinny, my half brother. Yeah, that's me. Vinny.
Oh, now I know what side's Vinny.
Vinny. We had an uncle, and our uncle died it. Yeah, he died it. It was real sad. It wasn't too sad. He was a bit of an ass. Yeah, he was a bit of an ass.
Details.
Sorry. So our quarter uncle, he died, and then he left with
Catching
this
on, yes.
boat. It's a ship, and we heard you guys might be in the market for a ship. Yeah, that's what Shadow said. Yeah, that's what Shadow said, and so we thought we'd come here and see if, before we put it on the market, to see if perhaps you guys might wanna purchase it from us.
Insight.
Give me an insight check.
That's gonna be 21.
They are terrified beyond all belief because he keeps threatening to kill them.
Yeah.
But they are being somewhat forthright. I mean, they're being forthright with you, from what you can tell. They've come into
So
the
they do
ship.
for sure. Ooh, no shadow.
Yeah. They. I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
From what you can tell,
There, Shadow. Found her.
is that something that would pique your interest?
A ship?
I mean,
We
absolutely.
have our own ship. We could sail anywhere we wanted.
Oh yeah. And this ship is amazing. Yeah. Tell him, Vinny. Yeah, ship's real nice. You're gonna love it. There's sails.
Yeah?
Rooms. And there's a There's a long stick. It's a mast. There's a mast.
Is it on the water?
Not technically. It is water adjacent. It is.
That's a lovely water
It needs a. It's a fixer-upper. It's a good for like starting group. Yeah, like starting groups. Like if you were just like.
We want ship.
Are there holes in the ship?
No.
There's
Are there holes in the ship?
There are not holes in the ship. They are scenic portholes into another world.
Including the ocean floor.
Yes, a wonderful world filled with fishies and sharks. Yeah, there's some holes. Like I said, it's a fixer-upper, but
Then it's not a good ship if it's not gonna.
Well, I mean, we don't have any ship.
I'm
to
good
be
at
fair.
fixing
It's
things.
better than
To
no
be
ship.
fair, we don't know how to fix the ship to begin with.
Well,
It
you
would just
just
be
sort
better
of-
if we built a raft and went from there.
Well, no,
it
we
never
don't.
hurts to look.
So,
It never
doesn't
hurts to
hurt to look.
it
I
doesn't
agree.
hurt to look. I'm sorry, I thought we were just repeating everything that guy said. I'm still trying to get a feel for the
We
being on
want
the
ship.
group.
I don't know how to move a ship from water adjacent.
Well, let's see
I
how
think-
water adjacent
Are
it
there-
is.
Take us to ship.
Yes, ma'am. She is so. You are large. Are you single? Are you? Oh my. I'm so
Look.
sorry. My brother loves tall women. Yes, right. And Vinny and Tony begin to walk forward. Vinny and Tony begin to walk forward, leading you into the forest and through some winding paths. And as they talk, they go, "Yeah, my like I said, my uncle. He only sailed this ship to church on Sundays. Like he never sailed it anywhere else. It's just
good
like he's a
Catholic.
really safe sailor.
Was your church dangerous?
No. I mean, the bar was called the church. So, and hey, the good news is it comes with a crew, right, Vinny? Yeah. We have some people on standby if you guys need like a crew or something. It's pretty big. So they keep talking, they keep sort of like upselling the ship, and they get to a certain part where they stop and go, hey, would you guys let us, we kind of prepared a presentation?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Okay, yeah, just give us, we'll say now, and then you guys come around the corner. And
Oh,
then
we have to.
You guys wait, no, you wait
Can
here.
one
and
of
then-
us wait here to
No,
make
no,
sure you
everybody
don't
can-
leave?
Everybody can wait here. No, we're trying to sell you, we're not gonna leave.
I'll go with them. You
Okay,
stay
yeah,
here.
that's fine,
Yep.
we love this. And then he puts a hand up
I
and like,
pull out my battle axe.
he's like, you wanna help? Oh, okay. Forward. Usually it's like 3 days before I bust out my axe. Vinny, stop it. Okay, stop, all right. You guys go around the corner. Vinny,
Cliff is so uncomfortable now.
Vinny and
We're right
Tony,
here, sweetheart.
Vinny and Tony,
Axe is bigger than you.
Tony climbs up a little like rock outcropping, and he holds this long like palm like tree leaf over this opening that leads out into the water. It's like right before you get to the ship. And as Tony holds this little palm leaf out, Vinny is standing there, and he goes, "This is where you guys can come in now. You can come around the corner.
Oh.
Okay.
Welcome, welcome, heroes and adventurers alike, to Vinny and Tony's Ship Emporium." He curtsies. We have an amazing ship for you today. It's the best ship. It's one of a kind. You'll say, "Holy ship!" And he's like, "We cut that joke. Oh, we cut that one. I'm sorry. Dead
No,
children
don't
here."
cut the joke.
Okay, we'll keep
Keep
it.
it in.
Um,
I thought it was funny.
Thank you. So, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, I give you the tipsy monkey. As he pulls the palm leaf back, you see a ship that if you have followed us on Instagram or Discord or Facebook, you have seen the ship.
Oh no.
Oh no.
As
Oh,
the,
yeah.
As the ship is presented towards all of you, and it is water adjacent. It
Water
is under-
perpendicular even.
It is by a picturesque sky, and you see the ship that has seen better days. It's a little broken and battered and beaten, but well loved. And as you get closer to the ship, you see the faint yellow lettering of the Tipsy Monkey, but the M has fallen off, and it just says the Tipsy Unky.
This is the best.
And Vinny and Tony sort of look back at the group, all smiles, and
I want to make.
I'm gonna need a performance check from these guys.
Please, can I help? Can I help with that? I'm just gonna cast prestidigitation behind him, like da-da-da, as he goes out.
it was a 5 and a 1.
Nice.
With advantage. They're trying.
Yeah.
They're trying so hard to do this amazing sort of presentation, and Tony and Vinny both look at you and they see this sort of lackluster look on your face.
Are they? Is it obviously like they're trying? They're honestly just trying to sell the ship.
Yeah, and they go, do you guys want to take a look? Maybe go inside and see.
Yeah,
we'll go through the.
You go first.
We'll go through the front 3 doors.
Yeah, let's go take a look.
Yeah, we can totally go first. So we technically have not been inside the ship.
Mm-hmm.
For reasons, and Vinny will walk over to the ship and put a hand up, and like it comes up to about midship, like he can't get on the deck. It looks like he's like, with a helpful boost from another member of the party, I would be happy to go first. Vinny stops it. Vinny stops Tony and says, "Now hang on a second. We haven't seen what's inside the ship. So how about this? We can go first and we'll go around the ship. Or you guys can buy the ship from us and anything that's still inside is yours." And Tony looks at him and goes, "Ooh, that's good." He's like, "Yeah, we haven't actually been inside this. I mean, everything on the ship is supposed to be ours. But if you guys want to buy the ship sight unseen, that means anything inside it is yours. And we won't know what we're missing."
I love Storage Wars.
I've been watching a lot of Storage Wars. This idea just came to me, and I'm in love with that. So
what do you want for the ship?
About what, 20 gold?
I was thinking more like 10, but sure, we can jump to 20.
10 go. No, I mean this thing is a. Boom.
What are you thinking?
Yeah, he looks for a spot. He's like, this thing is.
So tell you what.
This thing is solid.
So tell you what. What is your baseline price? What do you want?
I think a ship of this value, of this caliber, an old sturdy ship, 150 gold.
Glare.
I'm
Real hard.
So I'm interested, but I'm not going for 150.
All right.
Let's take a walk around this ship, just the outside perimeter. And for every board that is missing on the ship, we're gonna dock 2 gold for. So either we will buy the ship whole, or we will buy the ship as is.
So you're promising to buy the ship?
No. 20 or nothing.
Done. I'm not
We're
done.
gonna have to move
I
this
get to
from
sit in my riding
land.
bolt.
Hold on.
Uh,
We're gonna have to move this from land, which we have no idea how we're going to do that, or if we can.
To be fair, why are we huming this to begin with if we don't know?
Because the boat's fun and we could have a
We're
boat.
on an island. The
Listen,
ship could
we
be
might
fun.
I do believe it is
This
essential.
is a land boat. This
Yeah,
here.
but we need to get to Skull
It's a
Rock.
boat.
If we had a ship, we wouldn't have to worry about getting back to Skull Rock.
I don't know. My thing is 20, and that's it. That's all you get.
This is not a boat.
To be fair,
It's
the amount of boards that are missing, it might be less than 20.
I love how Desmahai is like, we're not seriously considering, and then you're like, 25.
I will also contribute 20, so that brings it up to 40.
No,
Too
both
much.
of you can.
That's too much.
No, 40.
You
You're
will
really
not.
bad at this bartering thing.
I take him and I like I restrain him.
Give me a grapple check. It's
Okay.
gonna make an
You know
average.
what? I will give
This is
grapple
gonna be-
check nat 20. I force him back to the tree while
Let
I'm
him-
at it.
Let him roll. Let him roll.
That one?
Adesta wraps her arms around you. You are moving at half movement. Every 6 seconds, you can try to do an athletics or acrobatics to break the grapple. As she just goes, you are, and just sort of holds you in place. Both of you, or one of you, give me a persuasion.
Oh, I freaking got you, my dude.
So
Both
why?
of you. So Cal, and Eris. Both of you give me a persuasion.
Oh, so does that mean if he gets higher, he gets to hit? Oh,
No.
One,
both of
two,
you give me
three.
persuasion.
oh shit.
That was net one.
Oh, I got
That one
I got 7.
and a 7.
I would like to.
Can she intimidate?
That is a choice
Oh,
that you can make as characters.
She said that she was glaring at them.
Give me an intimidation check.
I'm not good at intimidation,
Really?
Would you like
guys.
to?
I am a teddy bear mom. 6. I'm not intimidating.
Oh my gosh.
I should have flipped.
There's a look as and they go 2 seconds. And Tony, who seems to be taking the lead on this one, he goes, what? I hate it when you make that noise.
Me too.
What about 20 gold? And do you guys have any like magic items you want to use in? We're pretty good salesmen when it comes.
Do I hear
I
this?
do.
I step forward.
He's not hiding. He's a little freaked out that you've got one of the other like parts, and you're just kind of like hugging and slowpoke.
Yeah,
like it's
I'm visibly not hugging. Like I'm doing it in
Yeah,
a
arm.
forceful
some
forceful
socks.
way.
Can I try to get out again?
Give me
If you
another
try and get out, I'm
acrobatic-
just telling you now, I will attack you.
No. Give me contested against athletics.
It's probably not
He
gonna.
gets to choose acrobatics or athletics.
I got a 5, so here we go.
Do I
Roll
roll?
anyway.
Not that I don't use ever.
What did you pick?
Athletics.
Athletics.
Wait. Yeah, sure.
Mine's an 8.
Okay.
Okay, so he starts to squirm a little bit. You okay.
And
It's
I
my
kick
gold.
I kick
It's
him
my
in the back of
gold.
his knee to like get him down
Ah.
on his knees.
Oh
Okay,
my
good.
gosh.
Give me. You just move down to the ground with him. You can do that. Like you get movement with him. You can move down. To get into this, we're gonna have to get into weird territory of like you're making him prone now. Like
Uh-huh.
but you're
Why
not
are
going with
you-
him. Like
Okay.
so we'll say you can do this, but this will be
comfortable with
he'll have an attempt to break out of the grapple at advantage if you choose to go down to bring him to his knees while you were standing behind him.
Okay, never mind then.
Okay. Thistle.
I step
But I do
forward,
communicate to you.
casting Charm Person at level 2,
Okay.
which allows me to attempt to charm both of them. It is a Wisdom save of 14.
Perfect. As you go to cast, they look at you funny, and then they will put both their hands in their pockets.
Sirs, we're really
Give
interested.
me a wisdom save, please.
That is a 12 plus 6. 18.
You casted at 2 of them, correct?
Yes.
Give me 2 wisdom saving throws, please.
Why?
That is a 17 plus 6.
You feel
23.
2 identical charm person spells as you cast it outward. As the 2 of them see you begin to cast, they shove both their hands in their pockets and they just sort of look at you. And as their hands are shoved into their pockets, you feel the spell come back at you, and you're able to shake it off twice.
Well, that was rude.
She just likes playing games. I mean,
You know what? I don't think this deal is for us.
you said you wanted a magical item.
I did, but not if you guys are going to be casting spells to take advantage of us.
No spells. And I hold my hand
It
up.
was worth a try.
So that wasn't okay.
I'm sorry.
I got
The
some
DM now has to prepare a anti-charm person for every character, knowing that his wife is going to interact.
And the one person who gets rid of the charm person now has the punishment of it. I got these neat socks. I see you guys don't have shoes. Yeah. Take a look.
No, I mean, we don't wear socks either because we don't wear shoes.
But what if you step on a rock? And it hurts.
I mean, we got thick feet.
He does it?
Yeah, it's part of being part of our family.
Listen.
You guys got
You know what? That makes
you guys
sense.
got anything else?
I kneel down, so I am somewhat eye level.
Okay.
20 gold.
Okay.
And I pull out my amulet of deja vu,
Okay.
and I offer that.
Thistle.
Plus my 20 gold. I'm
No.
grappled, but you can get out of my pocket.
No, not the ring. We couldn't give them the ring.
I'm
The
not
ring is
playing
too
this.
valuable.
Paying attention.
Okay. So you hand the gold, and they're looking at this
Hold
amulet.
on. Let
As
play it out.
is the 20 gold the amulet, and then they say something about the ring, and one of them stays looking at the amulet and the gold, and one of them will go over to the ring. He's like, I don't even care what the ring is. I want the ring, and I want the amulet and the 20 gold, and the ship is yours.
Both 10 gold. Amulet, 20 gold.
Persuasion.
No, we have the gold.
can
Just
Oh,
give
please
me
let
the
me
gold.
Can I
assist.
assist?
Please
Yeah.
let me assist.
You two have
As
already
I'm
done.
trying to be an honest person
I'm
here.
still trying to give her advantage.
So 16.
That's not bad.
The best barter is the barbarian.
15 gold. Because I like you. 15 gold and
Don't like that.
Take 5 out of my pocket. Just take 5 gold out of my pocket.
I hand them 15 gold
We're already winning.
and the items.
and the amulet and ring.
Yeah.
You offered it, you give it.
He takes the 15 gold. He takes the amulet
I'll
of
take
deja
5 for
vu,
me.
and you feel the weird
Okay.
sensation that you may have handed off this item once before. He takes the ring.
Do you have a vibe?
Well, since you didn't even ask what the ring was, then I'm just gonna
Yeah.
give him the
Fine,
invisibility
fine.
ring.
I
You didn't
think
ask what it
15.
was, you
15
just said you'd
each.
take the ring.
Yeah.
Take
So I'll give him the invisibility
He
ring.
takes
Okay.
a
'Cause
white
that's
handkerchief
Okay.
out of his back pocket, and he puts it down on his hand,
I don't
and he goes
spend
like
money,
this. He
so-
goes,
Shit.
and as he blows on the
Don't
white
have money.
handkerchief,
I never used it. So.
the white handkerchief goes transparent, and
It's a
he
detection.
goes, okay, place the ring on the handkerchief. The handkerchief all of a sudden goes from being transparent to white again, and it wraps up and forms a little like curlicue, almost like a little like doggy bag. And as it does, the two of them sit there and they like look at the ring, and they just stare at it and they're like, come on. And it turns a light blue, and they look at each other. And they do that, and then they do the same thing with the amulet. They take this like napkin out of their back pocket, and they put it on their hand, and they take the amulet out, and as they drop the amulet down, before they can even have it wrap up, the amulet turns, the napkin turns white, wraps around, and they go, whoa, and it turns a bright red color. And they look at it, and they're like, okay. And they take both the little napkins, and they go like this. They go forward and place it into thin air, and the napkin disappears. And they place the other one into thin air, and the napkin disappears. And they clap their hands, and they go, thank you guys so much. Ship is yours. Yeah, good luck.
What about
and-
this crew that you said you're talking about?
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. If you guys are looking for a crew, like, how much can you pay them? We got, like, 3 different types, like,
Wait, no, hold on. You said that they came with the boat.
You did say it came with the
yeah,
boat.
they come with the boat, but, I mean,
Still need to pay
they're not
the crew.
indentured, I mean, they're not slaves.
Yeah, we don't pay you, we would pay the crew.
Yeah. No, we've got a couple of different, like, it depends on how much you guys are willing to spend. Like, we've got, like, an A team, like a B team, and a C team.
20 gold.
He's really hard selling this 20
Listen,
gold.
that's fine.
That'll buy you a C team for, like a while, like 4 or 5 months.
I'll break.
Yeah.
I'm out. So.
Yeah,
Whatever
yeah,
you
the ship
want.
is yours. We'll go summon the crew. And, what do you guys want them here by nightfall?
Is there a way we can get in contact with you guys? If
Oh, yeah, sure. Yeah, here you go. And he reaches into his back pocket. This is an idea I'm working with. As Vinny takes his hand and he goes like this, and he hands you like a little square piece of paper. And he goes, this is an idea I'm toying around with. I'm calling it a business small paper,
I like it.
but you can use this.
My hand is out.
Oh, yeah, okay. You
Like-
can use this to basically work as a sending stone to me.
Also, like a business receipt.
Yeah, but it's like a business.
Like a calling card.
No.
No, it's a business small piece of paper. But it's really firm and it's like card size. Oh, that's good. Business receipt. Yeah.
Got you.
And he hands over the card to you and he's like, yeah, we'll be here on nightfall with the crew in tow. But that way you guys can get a little work done if you want to. Yeah?
Let's go see our investment, folks.
Yeah, good luck. And they turn around and they go start walking down the beach, like talking amiably to each other and sort of.
What a nice bunch of guys.
Well, I say anyone who did not want to help with getting the ship does not get any of the cool stuff inside.
Agreed. I walk to the ship.
And I go on the ship too.
You're right. I don't want any of the diseases that I'd catch from walking into this ship. Thank
No
you.
syphilis for you.
Syphilis for me. All the rest of you get syphilis.
Joke's on you.
How do you get on board the ship?
Is there?
Walk through one of the many holes.
Yeah, it was like, how big are the holes? I
The
thought from the
holes are not clip size as based on your character design.
I
The
love being 7 foot tall.
7 foot tall beefy.
Could Clip raise me onto the ship?
Clip could raise you up.
I got this and fly up.
Crazy.
Yeah, as you guys are trying
Because
to.
I want to fly and find vantage points of the ship,
Sure.
what's safe and what's
I
not.
will lift him up.
Yep.
I will lift Thistle up. If Thistle is going,
I'm gonna start mending.
I leave Cal on the ground and go.
It takes a while.
I know.
Yeah, so it takes a while. So Thistle
You
sort
and
of rolls
you
up her
and Clip are
sleeve.
not friends right now. I don't know if you've noticed.
Thistle, hang on. Thistle rolls up her sleeves and starts casting the mending cantrip and just basically going around the ship and trying to figure out a way to make this thing seaworthy in time. You fly up on the ship. You're lifted aboard the
I am
ship.
not.
Nope.
No, you're lifted aboard
I'm
the
lifted
ship,
aboard.
and you're lifted.
Yeah.
Thistle is
I
not
lifted whoever
Yeah.
wanted to be lifted except for Cal.
Could I go through one of the holes?
Yeah,
Yeah.
easily. Like it's
Cool.
it's like you're built to be. Like,
Oh yeah, okay, so she's going in, so I want to go up above.
Okay.
And
You
if there's anywhere safe up top that I could land.
the two of you, you are flying aboard above this ship, and it's pretty big. There's a large chunk of the deck of the ship that's missing. That the wood looks a little like in places it looks. You're trying to figure out what that is on the ship itself, and you find out that it's barnacles. Like there's a possibility like this thing was.
Sank for a while.
This thing, at least a portion of it was underwater for a little bit, and then was raised up, and then, like, they like cleaned and scrubbed it, they missed a couple places.
Do these barnacles look like the same ones from that hallway?
Nature. I think everybody that's going and examining the ship, give me perception to do just sort of like broad strokes, or investigation if you're looking for something in particular.
Nat 20.
You're gonna try to do like a pull up or just like
Yeah.
a run up and try to I say it'll take you a little bit of time, but you manage to go up to the top.
Is any of the
What
ship in
invest-
water?
That was a night
Nat
20
20.
on my I'm just looking around.
Investigation or perception?
Investigation.
What are you looking for?
I'm looking for any like items that were left behind, anything that looks.
Sure.
Yeah.
You start looking around the
I'm
deck.
not really looking for damage, just things.
You find, I think with a nat 20, you go into what looks to be the only sort of posh, or what used to be a posh set of quarters at the top of the ship. These could be construed as the captain's quarters, if you will. There's places where there could have been like a long bed, and you see like fabric and materials that look faded by the sun. But as you're beginning to look around, your feet accidentally catch on something, and you find this ornate chest. The only reason that you find that it's there is that there was an alcove that was built into the wall, and your feet accidentally hits a floorboard, and the floorboard creaks, and it pushes the chest up, like almost this was like a hidey hole that you would hide if you were smuggling materials. The chest is about this big, and about this tall, with no discernible way of opening it. Like there's no latch, there's no seam, it is just this metal, like silvery material chest with gold inlay all around it.
No, it's not gonna work.
Please do it.
Can I reckless attack a box?
Yes, I'm warning you
It
now.
might break whatever inside of it.
Sure, let's hold on to that as you
Cool.
put the chest. You're like, I know how to open this.
Dude, if it's in character.
It's all
I'm telling you,
completely in
like-
character.
Eris, what are you looking for?
I drank the first water
my
of
nature check was
Neverland.
14.
14.
Yeah.
This doesn't look like the same sort of barnacles that were on Skull Island. These just look like sort of native to, these were barnacles that were under the water that are just dried out by the sun. They've got this white sort of filmy, look to them as you're sort of examining them. There's not a ton of them, there's just a few of them.
Okay. I'm just searching for anything discernible that seems out of the ordinary.
Okay, you give me a investigation check since you're looking for something specific.
That's 21.
You find tucked away in one of the little cannon storage areas. There's no cannons to speak of, but you find this piece of material. The floor moves out from under your feet a little bit. As it does, you find the charred remnants of a flag. You don't know if it's the flag that belonged to the ship or if it just found its way. But on it is the same symbol that you have seen a few other times of the compass rose,
Got it.
belonging to the group that you are not particularly fond of.
Great.
Okay, my rolled perception was a 10,
Okay.
but I'm actively cleaning or mending this ship. Am I better off going with my passive perception?
What I've offered in the past is that you need to say
I need to
before
say it
you
beforehand.
roll,
Okay, then I'm a 10.
as you're cleaning the ship, there's a hole leading to a space. You are not able to fit through it. You're not able to sort of look about the space. As you're cleaning the ship, you're managed to get an eye in.
Could a rat fit in?
A rat probably could. It's walled off. There's no, it's like an area of the ship where there's no door or window. It looks like a tiny, almost like a bathroom privy stall, but it's completely walled off except for this one hole that was eaten through the side as you're mending.
Okay, I don't want to mend that yet. I'm gonna figure out a way in.
Okay.
So it's the rat can't get in. It's too close
No,
off
the
for the
ra-
rat.
the rat-
The rat is going. Scritch is going in.
Okay. We'll justify it. We'll get to that in a second. What are you doing, Slowpoke? What are you looking for?
Cool things.
What are you looking for? You're looking for just cool things.
Too
Cool
late,
things.
I found it.
That's fine. I got on the ship first. I don't understand how you lifted me up.
No, Slowpoke, what are you looking for? Just cool stuff.
Yeah.
Give me an investigation check.
Throw someone into your
No, it's like a 5.
It's hard. You're kind of looking right, cool stuff. You find some broken weaponry off to the side. It's hard as you're sort of examining the area. You do find a couple of gold pieces that are a little tarnished and tattered. It's weird that they didn't check. And you find a note.
Yes.
The note is written by the uncle, the half-uncle that was left behind to his nephews.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So what is
Reading it in his voice, you hear, I know I was a crappy uncle to the two of you. A crumple, if you will. However, please take this ship as amends. It belonged to my ex-wife. Long may she reign in hell. I got angry one time and tried to sink it, but just like her, it kept coming back. So, please accept the ship. Heads up, try not to go inside the closet.
Oh no.
I'm now looking for this closet.
Yeah, as you flip the note over, it says, I'm not sure what it eats.
The ship's a mimic.
I'm the only person in the lower
Right,
levels of
you're
the
sure.
ship at this point.
You actually are. You get into
Yeah.
this area and it's darkened, and this area is particularly mildewed and
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm looking specifically for objects, so that would be a 14 investigation.
14. There's the broken remnants of weapons. Again, I want to emphasize this as in the top has broken weapons on it, and the bottom also has broken weapons on it.
Interesting.
You find the remnants of a map. It's like the left-hand corner, and it's hard to determine what exactly it was leading to, but you find like this left-hand corner of a map. You also find a pattern of red fabric and a compass. The compass is the only thing that's not mildewed at all. Like, it's untouched by the damage and destruction that has rained down upon this ship. The compass is encased in a wooden box that looks ornate. There's odd designs of let's say giant lizards with wings.
Okay.
And in your mind, you hear Slowpoke's words of, "You don't get to keep any of the cool stuff."
If you didn't
That's-
remind me of that now, it would have seemed like such a genuinely cool character moment later. But
Oh,
thank
no.
you for bringing it up to me.
Give me a wisdom saving throw.
We love those.
Ooh, a 9.
The Neverheart necklace
Mhm.
begins to hum slightly, and you feel this warmth in your chest
Okay.
as
Did you not put it on, or did you put it on?
I did put it on.
Oh, okay.
I was doing the only thing.
Oh, okay.
as you feel actively the odd sensation of you wanting to do the good and right thing here as your alignment begins to shift even greatly so
Oh no.
to
Mhm.
oh yeah, I wonder if I should show this to Slowpoke. And it's an odd sensation because it kind of grates against you, but you feel that warmth emanating from the necklace as you feel almost like a little angel on your shoulder.
Mhm.
No, Dead Spy. So
No, you must bring it up to him.
yeah, so you have this wooden box that when you open it up, there is a compass inside. There are no directional marks on the compass.
Mhm.
It is just the
That's
arrow
weird.
that seems to revolve
Okay.
about the space.
So from a player standpoint, am I like lawful?
No,
No? Okay.
no, you're just good if you were neutral or good, but we talked about how this necklace, the longer you
Yeah,
wear it, the
makes
more.
you good, but it doesn't make you lawful.
No. You
Cool,
can
cool,
be
cool.
chaotic good, you can be this, but in order to utilize the necklace.
All right. I take the box, I wrap it up in the fabric
Mhm.
that you told me about, and I grab the other two things, the map piece, and I just leave the weapons behind.
Sure.
Yeah. And I start making my way up to the group.
What are you doing during all this?
I think for once Cal is kind of like he's just walking around the ship, like putting his hand on the ship and just like he's at least in his brain he's kind of put two and two together that his past life has been piracy. Now he's a pirate with a ship. I think he's just walking around and his hands on the ship and just enjoying the time.
Yeah.
He might go into. Is any of the ship in the water, or is it completely out of the water?
No. Most of the ship is on the shore.
On the shoreline.
It's on the sand itself. But as you look, you realize that as the tide comes in, there is at least a small portion of this ship that is going to be in the water.
Yeah, he'll just probably walk in just to see what the water holds, like what's beneath the surface, so to
Perception
speak.
check.
Do I take the one I originally rolled, or do you want me to roll
Sure.
more? That was an 18.
Yeah. You see a few fins out on the water.
Out in the water.
Out on the water further away from the ship.
Okay.
They don't look like mermaid tails, they look like fins. They look like shark fins.
Oh, and they're just hanging
They are
out.
stationary, they are almost like they are they are off the coast, and they are,
Just patrolling.
if the boat were to go directly into the water from this particular spot,
Mhm.
that's what it would look like.
Okay, cool.
Cool?
He's gonna make his way back up. Be like, hey guys, something you guys might want to know about. I know we're ransacking the ship real fast, but it might be cool to have a little meeting.
I'm gonna stick my head outside the cabin corridors and call for Eris.
I don't think anybody hears this. I think everybody's so
Yeah.
preoccupied.
Yeah,
You
you're all in the
walk away
bottom.
from the ship, and I hate to do this, but you walk away from the ship and are just like, hey guys, we should probably, nope, cool, okay. And you're watching as the sharks are just beginning to, like, as that water,
Yeah.
as the tide keeps coming in, the sharks are able to move just a few little bit closer to where
Cool.
the ship
When he comes
is.
back to me, then I get an idea.
How long have we been searching? Would you say?
I'd say it takes an hour. Let's go back to the chest. Are you doing anything with the chest?
I'm calling for Eris, who's the only magic person I know besides Cal.
Yeah. Aerith, you
You make dumb choices. I'm sorry.
you make dumb choices.
Am I fairly close that I could hear her?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
On
if
board the
she
ship.
calls me, yeah, I'm gonna go.
Yeah, you go over. She's holding a box. I
I bring her
say,
into the cabin corridors first. I don't want anyone else seeing this box besides Eris.
okay. Anybody on the ship just hears her clip. Eris, up for reasons.
It's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
Okay.
Okay, you come into the captain's quarters, and she's holding a box. There's no seams. It's completely metal. It looks like it's on. Like there's no place for a key or any way to open it.
I don't know how to. I don't really have any way to.
Can try might break.
Darling, maybe we shouldn't do that just yet. Because we don't know what's inside.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you might go.
Yeah.
Well, like the outside, yeah, but like the inside also might go.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe we should just hold on to it
Okay.
for now until we find a way to open it. Is that okay? Or
Yeah.
do you want to just? Do you really want what's inside?
Yes.
Okay, then maybe we should wait.
Okay. I'll put it in my bag.
Okay.
And I'll
It's not going to fit
Oh,
in a
it's
regular bag. If you have a
huge?
bag of holding, like I said before, it's about this big.
Oh, I thought
this
it was
big.
like this big.
No, this
Oh,
big,
God.
this wide. It's a sturdy, and from what you feel like, it's metal. Like it's like
Ooh.
Oh.
Can I put my ear up to it to see if I hear anything inside?
sure.
Lit. What can I? What do I do? Which one?
Give me a perception check.
That's 14.
You put your ear up to this thing, and you hear. It's like the faint sound of ants. Like if you've ever heard insects like crawling, like when it's like it's this weird like constant movement. I'm gonna do some Foley work right now, but it's this
It's that scuttling sound.
Oh.
as if something like was like flying or like crawling close to your ear.
Does this sound familiar? Like I've heard this before?
No.
No. Okay. Are there any other markings other than just like the gold? Like there's nothing written on it.
Nothing written on it.
Nothing on the
you
bottom?
sort of take it around to the bottom. No, you just
Nothing.
Do
Okay.
we? Anyone magic can open things with us?
I don't know who could. Possibly.
Arcana.
That's a 9.
You do feel the faint hum of magical energy
Okay.
coming from it.
Yeah.
So if someone wanted to take the time to keep it close to their person,
Mm-hmm.
there's a possibility that they would learn more about it.
Right.
But that can have positive and negative ramifications.
We own the boat. Let's keep it here.
Is there any place in this quarters that we would be able to hide it?
Exactly where she found it. Little loose floorboard that opens up a hatch on the side.
Let's
Yeah.
put it back in there.
I'll put
for
it back
now.
in. Close it back up.
Yeah.
Okay. Scritch. Rats. Crawls through this tiny opening. as he does, the hole closes.
I'm looking through his eyes and his ears.
If anybody were to be paying attention to Thistle on the outside of the ship, she goes completely catatonic.
Oh God, not again.
To the world around her as she starts looking through Scritch's eyes. And as you're in this space, does Scritch have dark vision?
I believe he does. I will double check. He's a rat.
Cal's gonna make his way
Rats
over
are pretty good with that
to
stuff.
Yeah, she's got her hand up, and you don't know if she's casting, or if you were to look into Thistle's eyes, you'd see that they've gone that.
He has
white.
dark vision 30 feet, and he also has advantage on any smell perception checks.
The first thing you notice as you start experiencing life through Scritch's persona, or Scritch's senses, is the smell of gunpowder. Like, prevalent. You know this smell because the pirates take pot shots at the kids. And you're used to that smell. The kids don't play with the muskets and stuff like that because it's easier to keep track of a stick or a bow and arrow or a sword. But it's this odd smell of gunpowder all about. And then there's a skitter of movement, like in front of Scritch's eyes. It just goes like in front of him. And Scritch's eyes track, and all he's seeing in this space is sort of the darkened walls, and then you hear this.
How big is his space as he travels
It's a
around?
closet. It's a small closet. As Scritch looks up, there's a pair of red eyes that are staring down at this being. There's a black hand that's holding on to the ceiling of the closet and just sort of looking down, and the red eyes are glowing in the dark. And it's
I need to get to this closet
It's an
immediately.
explosive monkey. Ooh, that's gunpowder. 3, 2, 1.
Gonna do the same lion roar thing that I did before.
Oh
there is a roar.
Oh, there it is.
In the closet space. Scritch is gone.
Like dead gone.
Scritch is dead. Scritch is dead. Roar! The shape just lets go of the ceiling. It falls down towards Scritch. Scritch's final thought is, huh. And then there's a.
That is twice.
Is
He's
it-
just
So I'm looking for
The
a
ship.
closet.
Anybody on the ship, even Cal, there is a. You're looking around. You guys are in the space. You are at the point where you're sort of examining, and you go like the postcard. I was like, I should look for where the closet is. Like the ship just like shakes in the spot a little bit.
Kind of jumps.
It just kind of jumps, and everybody from the deck, small, tiny wisp of smoke, come out of just tiny little bit, like somebody lit incense. Or
Since
something
I'm
along
right,
those
since
lines.
I'm right with Thistle and she's right next to the hole, can I smell that gunpowder?
The hole is not there anymore. Like the hole, you can smell a little bit of it coming off the deck of the ship.
Okay.
Everybody can, but it's like there's just a quick little.
Did I recognize this before Scritch's death as looking like
I
a
do.
certain type of animal?
It looked like a black powder.
Even with dark vision? It just looked like a black...
I will say it was vaguely simian, like it was vaguely monkey-like, but it was like with those bright red eyes. It's if the boys did a craft and it was a sand art craft and they were making the shape out of an animal out of sand, that's what it looked like.
It's like
Powder creature?
Fern Gully. It's like the
Blackrock is
almost.
giving me animals that I can't talk to. It makes me upset.
He's gonna make his
So-
like his own ship.
hearing that.
Everybody, I think, would rush.
Yeah.
Right,
Yeah.
I would because I wouldn't know where to go because I don't know where everybody.
Everybody
is.
goes out to the deck of the ship,
Yeah.
sort of looking for
Yeah.
Thistle, and
Mhm.
Thistle's off the side of it going like,
If me and him sensed it from being down below, would we know that the
you're down below. He went looking for the closet
Mhm.
on the
Yeah.
other side. So I think you guys meet up. Let's play out what you're doing while all of this
Okay.
is happening.
so we meet up
I'm on my way to the closet.
the closet? Well, I found a few things over in the bottom of the ship that I think you should take a look at. Here they are.
And then I see it's like all the things. I'm like, what? The compass is like,
Are you touching it?
yeah.
Okay.
What's your line?
So she goes, this is what I found. You pick up the red cloth first,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
and I need you to give me a wisdom save.
Cool.
I also need you to roll percentile dice, please.
Okay. 23
No.
and 47.
What was your wisdom save?
23.
You have the odd sensation the minute you pick up this red cloth of like that feeling when somebody's got eyes on the back of your neck. When you're in a crowded space and somebody's like looking at you, the minute you touch this like bright red, vibrant cloth, but you channel some sort of part of you that you didn't know existed, like some sort of inner strength, and as you do, you fortify yourself and shake it off, and these eyes pass over you. But it's this way, the hairs on your arm stand up.
Is this a familiar red shade?
Is it?
Do I have to roll for that?
You tell me. Is it familiar?
Yes.
Then it's familiar.
All right. Cool.
Me too, man. Me too.
You unwrap it. Inside is a wooden box. It's got ornate sort
Should
of.
open that.
You recognize this from your world as dragons. There are dragons flying around this box, all of different sort of shades and colors and things of that sort.
And there's still a compass in it?
As you are
Fascinating.
about to lift open the compass lid, there is a from an area right next to the two of you. It looks like it's been boarded up, wooded up, but smoke starts pouring out of little cracks in a wall that's like 5 feet away from you guys. These little like wisps of smoke, and you hear Scritch's death rattle. You hear the last little like.
Yeah, we like wrap it up and go.
Yeah, it's wood. It's just wood panels, but
Like closet.
yeah,
Wood
closet.
panels.
Yeah.
Do you want to break into this?
Well, it's a closet. I assume we could just open it.
Oh my god, oh my god.
Here,
Oh
do you want to hold this?
I'll hold this.
All right.
Do you want me to hold my
I'll stop
axe?
rolling your guys'
Yes, you hold.
here.
You hold your axe.
Okay, then you hold this.
All right. Is this your axe?
No.
All right. This is the bag.
Yes, that's the bag. So we.
Are you opening it?
Are you opening it?
Well, I can, but I'm more of a distance guy. I can step back.
Then why don't you step back?
Everybody
Step back.
runs to the deck, and this conversation's happening. It's like
Here, no. If you're stepping back, then you can just put that down next to
Ah,
your
yes.
foot or something.
I put it down and have my bow out, and she's gonna open the door.
That's all
there
it's
is
for.
no door. It is
Oh.
completely boarded
Oh,
up.
never
It is
mind.
wooded up. Like it's like the only reason you know there's a little closet there is little tiny bits of like wisp.
Oh,
Okay,
never mind.
I
So we're
start
hacking at it
here's
together.
Johnnying. You don't have any of the
I have a sword.
After the boom, everybody appears on the deck of the ship, and they're like, "What was that?" And then you hear, "Dunk, dunk,
It'd be 2 dunks.
dunk." Okay.
Dunk, dunk.
Give me attack
Ow.
rolls.
If this one Cal want to get on the ship, I'll help him get on the ship.
Okay. Cal.
No, I want to see in the closet.
Yeah. Thistle's like, "Nope, I'm out here." Like she's outside. She's waiting for another hole to appear.
Could we tell that it was in the ship, or did it possibly feel like it was
Feels like it's
attacked?
inside the ship, and
Okay.
things thunks are coming from below deck.
How many?
Give me an
24?
attack roll. What did you get?
Yeah, I got a 13.
Yep, the walls have very little DC, so roll damage.
Okay.
And mine would be 7 damage.
So you're just hacking into
Yeah.
this thing as well. There's a one of the boards falls away.
Guys, we're going toward
Again?
the explosion.
That'll be a
We're on the deck. They're downstairs.
My
sec-
4 damage.
4 damage. Another one of the boards falls
My
away.
sec-
So it's enough for somebody to stick their head in.
Can
No,
we
I
come
hit it one
down
more
after
time.
hearing this?
Yeah, I hit it one more time too.
Okay.
I want there to be a space for somebody to get in.
All the boards
Or owls.
with this last, it's a and there's like little bits
And
of
I
smoke.
immediately
pouring
like
out of this
step
space.
back into the hall that we were standing
Do
in
you have
out
dark
the way
vision?
of the door. No.
No.
Do you have dark vision?
No.
It's a darkened closet. Little bits of
Like
wisp
it.
of
Isn't it
smoke
light?
coming
Isn't
out.
it light outside?
It is light outside. You are also below deck.
Right.
So there's little patches of light coming in, but all of this smoke is obscuring your vision from inside the car. closet.
Can I?
It's reverse
I'm
fog cloud.
No, I'm gonna light a torch.
What I'm going to
Oh,
do.
Great.
Jesus.
Great. No,
No, no.
This is where we go. This is where we go. There is
I know
a,
what I'm doing.
there is a
On this boat.
Slowpoke's like, wait. I know what to do. I'm an adventurer.
You don't smell the gunpowder?
And as he
Because I've
lights
smelled
it,
a lot of gunpowder.
as he lights it, a blackened shape jumps out of the closet towards the torch. So I need you to give me a dexterity saving throw. As this thing like throws itself at the torch.
Do
21.
I recognize this creature at all, other than the description you've already given?
Give me a history check with a high DC.
We are the
Okay.
best at everything.
A blackened
Nat 20!
Nat 20.
Oh, heckin'.
By the way, mine's 21, so I think I.
You know.
Maybe.
Like this black shape like comes jumping out of the shadows, and as it does, it goes aiming for the torch, and you're like, ah! You like, put the torch up, and as it does, it sort of lands on your chest.
Ah!
It's moving about, leaving these little like black like soot marks all over your chest.
Ah!
And it's, like crawling up and down to these two little like red ember eyes. And as it does, it sort of like it latches onto its chest and then turns around and looks at you and cocks its head and goes. And as it goes, you go, oh my god, it's a gunpowder elemental.
Oh no.
I just say the words gunpowder.
It's a
elemental.
powder monkey.
These,
It's a powder monkey.
thank you. As you go, when pirates
Okay.
were trying to figure out a way to
It's a
cheat the
powder
system, it was
monkey.
not uncommon to mix magic in with certain other elements to try to create a way to create an unlimited supply of fresh water, an
Thanks, I
unlimited
hate
supply
it.
of food. And then somebody had the bright idea, what if we could merge a spirit from the Fey Wilds with gunpowder and create almost an unlimited source? And they were like, that was great. After the 7th or 8th ship blew up, they decided it wasn't the best idea in the
Yeah.
world because you had a gunpowder element.
Why would
and-
anyone mess with the Fae?
But as this thing clings to its chest and sort of looks over at you, it like screams a little bit and goes, and then begins to look for the light, look for wherever the fire is, as he's just moving the torch. As this happens, who's running down the stairs?
I would. There's no way that. Wait, you're on the ship now?
I looked it up. I heard.
Oh, I
it.
didn't.
She lifts him on the ship. Who's there?
I'm
Another.
running downstairs.
A hole opens up. A hole opens up. Tracy, this'll.
Yes.
This'll.
Yes.
A hole opens up right in front of you. It's that same hole, and this thing. You guys come around the corner, and as you see Slowpoke waving the torch like this as a creature is scuttling on his chest. It looks like it's made of powder, and it's coating Slowpoke in this black
Oh no.
powder as this torch
Point it
just goes
out.
like this and this and this.
When can I cast a spell?
If it has somatic components, as soon as you drop the torch.
Don't do
Well, so
that.
that's the S.
That's the S. Unless you have Warcaster, which allows you to hold something in your hand and cast
Nah,
it.
never mind.
Do you drop the torch?
I don't know if that's a good idea.
So he's just waving it. This thing is going to jump off of his chest and sort of hit the ground, and as it does, it's like looking about the space, and you see these two red eyes and this black cloth. And as you look, you now can look through the closet, and you see a portion of this scene.
Okay.
Does it look scared?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Its eyes are darting all over the place.
Is
and
it
it's,
trying
Is
to
he
get
more
the-
than 30 feet from me?
you can just barely see his feet, but he's
I can't really see him.
Is
he's
it
about 30 feet.
Is it trying to get the torch?
Not at the moment. Right now, it's on the ground,
Um,
just sort of scanning the group.
I'm gonna like get down, like I'm trying to like copy its movements a little bit.
Animal handling.
A lot of people should
Perhaps it will be our
They've
friend.
never spoken.
Stop it.
I rely on to
10?
that it explodes ships.
10.
10.
Well,
But I
Yeah.
have a background animal, like makes animal like understanding my basic.
This is more than
emotions.
yeah. So you're trying to get the moments across, and its eyes keep darting back to you, and you guys just watch as Clip makes herself way smaller than she's ever. She's almost laying flat on the ground
Yeah.
and just sort of copying head movements, and this thing is sort of almost like a monkey see, monkey do,
Yeah.
like copying. her
I'm seeing it
movements.
scared. I'm trying to calm
It
it
keeps
down.
darting its eyes towards Slowpoke's hand.
Do I see that?
You all see this thing, like, occasionally it's like looking at her, and then it's like looking at the torch.
I'm trying to keep its attention at me.
Is there anywhere nearby I could dispense of the torch?
No,
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
You see Slowpoke looking around for a place to throw this thing.
Mage hand, take the torch, and I fly out to see if the monkey will follow me.
What do you need? What do you need?
You mage hand,
Mage hand.
and the torch floats in the air.
And I'm flying out, so making it follow me.
It has a travel speed though.
It's going to make a jump
Okay.
for the torch.
This is gonna hurt.
Oh no.
Does anybody have above 30 health?
I do.
Oh good, you're the only one's gonna live then.
Oh,
31.
The gunpowder elemental, in the shape of a monkey, sees this floating little ball of fire, sees this as its only way out, and crouches down on the ground, and makes a leap towards this floating thing as Eris begins to fly out. It gets closer and closer and closer to the flame, and you guys all watch as you just surrounded and place this thing in a central point in the freshly ship that's made of dry wood. As this thing goes,
Can I try to grab it if it runs past me?
as it goes leaping towards the flame and misses the flame. If this were a game, by 1.
Oh my god.
Hits the ground and begins to scramble up towards the deck, following Eris, who's going, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, who's flying, and this thing gets almost to the top of the stairs and doesn't go into the sunlight. Like, stays at the top of the stairs and then like comes scuttling back down and is just sort of looking at everybody now. Not paying attention to the flame. But not going into the sunlight.
It's gonna be a while for me to cast.
So we don't do the fire thing anymore, okay?
It's
Got
dark
it.
down here.
Do we want to kill it? I'm not
No.
sure.
This is powder monkey jog.
It can't
does this
exist
jog anything
on
in
its
Cal's head?
own.
What?
Does this jog anything in Cal's head?
Give me percentile.
I'm still trying to comment.
Yeah.
Ooh.
That's a 99.
You almost got your body back.
One up. I'll take
A
the
familiar
99.
face, as a memory sparks in your head and a familiar face appears in front of you. Cal, this is somebody that you had a long conversation with, or at least people in your group had a conversation with. It's an older gentleman wearing glasses that you remembered as reading books back at the encampment with the compass insignia on it. And he was playing around with all of these different elementals running around the space. One seemed to be made of like fresh water, another one seemed to be comprised entirely out of fruit. And as it walked over to an area, it like squatted on the ground and like pooped. And as it pooped, like a little like orange fell out, and like it just kept like walking around the space. And he's like, and this here, this is I think I'm going to call him Soup. Yes, this is Soup.
Soup.
Yes.
Okay.
And this right here, we're gonna call him Poke. I just thought that was fun. Poke.
Poke.
And
Okay.
as he shows, you see a little like gunpowder elemental, and it's hard to determine if this is the same one, but it looks about the space, and it's just its eyes are darting around. He's like, yes, an unlimited supply of gunpowder. I think we would be the ship on that would have the ability to wage war against anyone, never have to restock that particular thing. The problem is they're a little volatile. And as he goes, they're a little volatile, the thing like looks about the space and sees a candle on the desk where he's studying, and he goes, no, 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 and it jumps towards the candle, and there's a and his eyebrows are just gone. Like, and he goes over to a board and like makes a little note on the chalk, and then just
How do we stop them from being volatile?
I don't know. You do what you would do with any animal. You try to get them to go to sleep, and that's when you'll come back.
Sleep.
Are you sure?
I'm gonna try. It takes me 10 minutes, but I'm gonna try to cast.
You guys watch as Cliff has no eyes for anybody else. She goes over to a corner. She's tracing sigils in the ground. It's like with chalk. She's trying to cast this ritual, but it's gonna take her 10
Gal is
minutes.
gonna Gal is gonna kind of mimic what Cliff is doing. Is kind of like get himself low and just kind of like, and just kind of, now that he knows or know roughly what it is, just.
What do you say?
Just like, it's all right. No reason to explode on us. We're just.
Can I have been
We're
heading
just-
up or through or?
You're there. Yeah, I think at
Okay.
this point,
All right.
if you want to
You're
have found your way,
And also at this point, I had put the torch out.
You're,
torches out.
You're,
You're back. Yeah, you see this creature.
I'd like to try casting command, and I want to look at it. Oh no, because I don't know this. Have you shared any of this with us? No. Okay, never mind.
Okay.
I will.
He's just
Oh,
gonna.
I'll try.
He's just gonna.
I'm going to.
Hang on. What do you do when you come back on? If you're not casting command, are you just doing the same thing? Are you keeping your distance? Are you coming up close to where it is too?
No, go ahead and let her do what she was doing, because I have to rethink because I don't know this information.
Yeah.
I am going to head out of the ship as casually as I can, and I'm going to go to the tide and grab one of the little vials from my one of the bowls or something for my potion making kit, and just scoop out a little bit of water and start heading back into the ship.
Okay. It takes you a bit of time.
Yeah.
You guys go like 2 seconds, and you leave the ship and you go over. So while Dez is getting some water, you're trying to calm it. You're casting a ritual. Eris and Thistle and Slowpoke is still. He's not lighting another torch or anything.
No. He's contemplating. There was that thought in his head, like, if it's a monkey, can it be evil? If it's a fae kind of thing, can it be evil? Can I put a necklace on a gunpowder monster and make it good? Is that a possibility?
Guys,
That's
I
his
know
thought.
what this is. Just relax. Give it some space.
What is it?
I'm gonna try
It's
casting
just
command,
relax.
and I'm gonna say freeze. It's not harmful to it. It's one word.
This is
Yeah,
going
It's a
out.
wisdom save of 14.
It's freaking out.
She's doing it, so.
If it
Yeah.
doesn't understand
So
my
here's the deal.
language, it will
You
not
did
work.
You chose actively to not share any of the
Yeah.
information that you picked up.
I
So
just-
then
yeah.
you can't
Yeah.
judge, like, if you're gonna go like, no, I need to keep this to myself. Like, if
Yeah,
they're
it's-
gonna make a choice to actively
Yeah.
go against
It's
it.
no, it's fine. It's
Okay.
it's a.
I was
it's a
going
no.
to say sleep, but I don't know that information about the sleep
It's
thing.
just, it's freaking out.
It freezes in place.
Okay.
It just stands completely still.
So what is it? Why won't you tell us what
It's
it is?
it's an elemental. It was used to, it was basically an ammunition dump. It was used to always give the cannons gunpowder.
Des, you come back with a little vial of water.
It's but like any other
All
animal,
right, everyone.
it can just go to sleep. You nurture it to sleep.
What I know from these creatures is that they are elementals. Yes.
Thanks, guys.
No, I want to hear what she's saying.
Thank you. The pirates were trying to be creative, and my people had noticed that they were taking spirits from the ether and putting them into substances so that they would have an unlimited supply. But from what we remember, these spirits, when they were combined with a volatile substance, were also volatile. Now, we have a few choices here. We can either let this creature continue to wreak havoc, and we can't transport it outside of the ship. We can't do that. It doesn't want to go in the sun. We can either let it stick around here and have us abandon whatever we worked so hard for, or we can release that spirit back, and then it won't be as volatile anymore.
Would that be safe?
Is that something we can even do?
And I pull out the water and I say, gunpowder has its weaknesses too.
Oh, you're saying kill it.
I'm saying it should all be our call. This creature, well, frozen as it may be, is obviously in pain and longing.
Or maybe
Well, it's frozen.
just-
Couldn't we just put it in a basket or something and
Or
let it
maybe
go to
it's
sleep?
just scared. It's been cooped up in a closet for God knows how long.
Your spell kicks off during this conversation.
Thank you.
Okay.
It's the
This thing is an elemental.
Mm.
I will let you. It is not an animal. But I will let you communicate brief concepts to this thing because I
thought
love
it was like
you.
with the spirit, like with the monkey. I thought it was.
It looks like a monkey, but you now have two individuals that kind of shared that, like, this thing's an elemental, like it's a gunpowder element. It just looks like a monkey. So I'm gonna let you communicate brief concepts with it, okay?
Okay.
Because I love you, and it was a clever idea.
Okay.
So you're tying into the monkey side of it,
Yeah.
okay?
Okay.
So what do you try to communicate to this thing? As you guys watch, as Clip's magic finishes its completion, after Desbahai says, we need to decide as a group, and Clip gets down on sort of eye level with this thing. Her eyes taking on a peculiar red tint, the same as the creature.
How long have you been here?
Time. Since you hear time, and then you see ship birth.
Where do you want to go?
Closet.
You want to stay here.
Ship birth.
Okay.
Ship friend. Ship friend.
We can let you stay here. You can't blow up the ship.
Purpose.
What is my purpose?
You blow up ships. Oh God.
We can give you things to blow up, but you have to be careful.
I hate it.
I can't.
She's just like looking forward, and she's like, it sounds like she's doing like got rocks in her mouth, and she's communicating these things. So you guys don't know what she's saying.
Did my
But-
did my memory say anything about sunlight with the walls? Not just experiment.
Well, whatever's happening, I feel like it's going well.
Yeah, this thing is frozen, and it's just sort of like making eye contact with her. So, purpose. Destroy things.
I don't want to kill you. I don't say that. Don't say that. Can you drop the spell? Can you stay still for a little bit?
Still.
Promise?
Still.
How long does this last? How long can I talk to it?
As long as the spell allows you to talk with animals.
Speak with animals. Mine's 10 minutes. No, like,
It's not. It's her spell is long.
Clip.
It's a quick like
It's 1 round.
6 seconds. Like it's one round.
It's just
like,
a
But it stayed frozen after the command.
Oh, yeah.
someone's talking to it. It's
Yeah.
kind of.
Can Clip talk to us while...
Clip can choose to go like, hey, listen, I'm going to talk to you guys now. And
Clip,
so
what's
this
happening?
thing,
Yeah.
this thing looks like it's sitting on the ground now. Like it's like little tiny legs are going out, and it's just sort of sitting on the ground staring.
Because when it looks like conversation's kind of coming to like a weird halt, and we're like, Clip, what is happening?
It doesn't want to die.
Right.
Okay.
It was here since the ship was built.
Yes.
And I look straight at you. It doesn't want to die.
Right, but what does it want?
It wants to stay here,
Does
Oh,
it want to go back in the closet?
back in the closet. It wants to stay here.
we can just say it's going to
Ask
stay in the
it why
closet.
it was brought here.
Are you wearing the necklace?
The yeah.
Wisdom save.
With he wants to go back in the closet, and knowing what these things are, he's gonna take like a piece of parchment and put it in the closet. Like
It's a 6.
Cool. You probably feel like you should tell him that it does want to destroy stuff. Like you're protecting the creature, but you're like, it's a big detail, and I know you were holding on to it, but like when they were like, no, what does it want?
It wants to stay here. It does want to destroy things, but that is its purpose.
Okay, could you ask him not to do that? Say that he has a new purpose of not blowing up the ship. Could you communicate that to him?
Well, like.
Let's at least see his answer, and then we can go from there. Yes.
Well, wait.
Do I know? I don't know if I would know anything about fey creatures being around the animals that interact with fey creatures.
Cal's already walking back to the closet that he was in and giving him like those loose scraps of parchment that's on the. Just if he wants to burn something.
He starts eyeing it. His eyes start back
We
to the
know
closet.
that the closet is at least explosion proof. It survived once. If we throw it stuff every once in a while just to keep it occupied, what's the harm of keeping it around?
Blow up little things.
Talk,
Yeah.
You must
talk
consider.
ship. Talk ship. Paper. Talk ship.
Talk ship paper. I'm saying this in common.
Talk ship. Paper.
What?
Ship paper.
Paper. Me. Talk ship.
I speak Sylvan.
It wants the paper.
Okay.
If it can have the paper.
So
That'd be so much
I say,
easier.
do you understand me?
talk ship. Paper.
What kind of paper?
I talk ship.
He can
Paper.
talk
Talk
to
to
the
the
ship.
What?
He can talk using paper? No?
I don't.
Is that what that means?
What?
He wants to eat the paper,
The ship talks.
and eat it means
This
burn
ship
it
talks
he-
with paper.
and kill it.
He looks at the paper and asks, and he's basically just saying paper. I.
Yeah.
Give him paper.
Yeah.
He goes over to the paper, and as he does, he like sits with the paper, and then like he'll take little bits of it, and he'll put one to his eye, and it'll like light, and he'll take the paper and like hold it out, and as he does, he goes, and the paper just goes, it like explodes a little bit, and you hear this like little laugh, and as he laughs, the ship laughs with like it rumbles a little bit, and you
Part of the
harken
ship.
back to a hole opening up in the ship to let you send Scritch through. And as more and more paper start, the holes around the ship start closing.
Yeah, Cal's just giving him
Oh.
like I have
Oh.
a whole ton of parchment.
Yeah. This is a fun game. Give him more paper.
The deck
Yeah.
fills over with wood. The closet space like opens up. All of the holes that you were starting to mend on the ship, like the ship starts completing. The dust and dirt and grime start like blowing off a little bit, and like Clip is still on the ground, sort of like looking at this thing as it takes the little pieces of paper in the closet and are just like lights its eye, and then and as it does, like it's letting out these little pleased sounds, like these pleased noises from it. And as it does, the ship begins to repair itself around you.
Well, let's give him something fun, and I cut off a little bit of rope. Throw that in.
Yeah. Yeah, you cut off a little piece of rope, and as you cut off a little piece of rope, the ship surges ahead a little
I've
bit
got a
towards
little-
the water.
I've got a little
Small things, everyone. Small things.
I've got a little bit of oil, so I put one out. Just put one in there. Just give him a little bit of oil. It's a couple drops.
Yeah. Once again, the oil is sort of pooled on the ground, and he doesn't know what to do with it.
It's
Then
okay.
Then he takes the rope, puts it to his eye, lights it, and holds it there and plays for a little bit, and sort of like smiles at the group with the rope sticking out of his eye, and you see like the little bits of ember, and then he dips it in the oil, and the rope like catches, and he like hugs it to himself, and then he goes, and like you see the gunpowder just. And then come back down, and he's just like sort of smiling and at everyone.
Just Cal's sitting next to him, just like doing presentation, did little fireworks with him, just hyping the little guy up.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah.
With every little piece of paper and bit of material. Passive perception.
13.
Who's got above a 14?
16.
I have 14.
14 on the dot.
10.
10. You're enamored with the thing. Like, it's amazing. 16.
12.
12. You two start to notice, with everything burned, with everything added, more holes are being plugged. With a little bit of the rope, there's a creaking that comes from up on the top of the deck. Like
Yeah, I brush up.
you have a sail. The mast has righted itself,
Who has the flag?
Me.
and like you have a sail. This thing is growing out of the sand that's around the ship and sort of swirling up towards the ship and forming this long sail as this tiny like thing is just sort of sitting around, and then like in the closet like burning little slips of paper and little bits of rope and little bits of oil.
Is it getting smaller as it
Just
explodes?
keep him busy.
You know, he maintains the same size. It's about this tall.
Yeah,
He's
Cal's
just
giving
that
everything he
big?
got.
He's this big.
He loves this thing.
I yelled down to tell them that we have a sale.
Ship. Ship.
Ship.
Talk. Ship.
Talk to the ship?
Protect. Holes.
He
Lead.
is the
Burn.
Well,
Ship. Friend.
ship friend.
Ship. Mom.
He was born from the ship. He was born from the ship, as
Born
in
from the
So we
ship.
can
he's
understand
from the
that.
gunpowder of the ship.
Anybody that speaks Sylvan, he's talking Sylvan.
He
Yeah,
has-
like-
I'm translating everything.
Yeah.
right
Obviously, if the gunpowder was made on the
Uh,
ship and he was made from the gunpowder, he's
He's part of the ship.
Wouldn't
Is
that
the
mean
ship
that the
Sylvan?
ship is his
The ship's a
grandmother?
The ship's a mimic.
The ship's
not the
a
gunpowder's
bit.
made on the ship. He's
The
made-
gunpowder was made on the ship, and he was made from the gunpowder.
No, he is the gunpowder.
He
I have a
is the
very
gunpowder.
important out of character question.
So his
that
father
if you
is
could
the
maybe
father.
answer for me.
Yes.
So is the ship is Fae and its entity? It's a kind of like.
She's not telling us.
You all have not communicated with the ship. You have communicated with.
Well, he
Wait.
keeps saying
It's a
ship
very
talk.
important question.
Talk to the
considering
ship.
Hello,
how
ship,
bought
and I
the
say that in
ship.
Sylvan.
Do we have? I call up Eris. Do we have
I'm back down. Wait,
Huh?
I'm back.
You're like,
Oh, you down?
Eris, do we have it? Yes.
Oh, yeah. Do we have? Did you see a wheel yet?
I go and look.
Not yet. It's slowly but surely, like this thing is building itself.
No.
All right, let's keep feeding him. Keep feeding him.
Well,
Let's
talk
get him.
ship. Ship?
Yeah, but we go to we
Yes.
go.
Common?
You say
I'll
that to
speak
the
it
gunpowder
in-
beast?
No, to the ship.
Ship does not respond.
Yeah, but we need to get a full ship. You go to where the ship's heart is. It's the wheel. We need a wheel.
Right.
So keep feeding it. Let's
All right.
get this back together.
So I'm going to keep feeding it, but I'm feeding it the red cloak. Just the bit of red cloak.
Oh no! I didn't like
This is
that
sort of a
face.
ceremonious.
It's the that's
Not
the,
all at once, like I'm cutting bits off.
That's the you just drank the water face.
Oh god.
You go, oh, I got it. And this thing stops. Like the paper floats down to the ground. And this thing goes back into the closet and crawls over to a far, like, left corner.
What's going on, buddy?
Never mind. I guess we're keeping this thing.
You don't want the cloak?
I mean, yeah.
Cloak. Hungry. Cloak, hungry.
Cloak hungry.
They
Oh.
want to they want to consume.
Oh.
Cloak. Hungry. Cloak, take. Cloak,
They're
take.
the reason you're in the closet.
Cloak,
Cloak,
greedy,
child.
greedy.
Cloak.
And I asked.
Yeah, cloak.
Yeah.
Greedy?
Cloak, greedy. Cloak, hungry. Cloak, take. Cloak, take.
Cloak would destroy
They wanted
the
to
ship.
take you.
Cloak, take. And it just keeps repeating this sort of
It doesn't
phrase
like-
over
Let's
and over
just give
again.
more paper and rope.
It stops. It stops eating. It sort of
We're-
goes over into the
We're
corner at
not
this point.
part. We're not
And, like,
part of that. We're safe.
We just wanted to give you good food. What's your favorite food?
Fire.
Fire. Okay, what's your second favorite food?
I mean, it's being
Metal.
safe.
Ooh.
Metal?
Toss him a good coin.
We're
Run.
running up to get
Run
the
to go get the
chest.
thing.
Okay.
I come back with the chest.
Because you're saying what they're
Yeah,
he's saying out
yeah.
loud.
Yeah.
We run to
I
go get the
understand
chest.
it too, so
yeah,
it's cool.
absolutely.
Jesus Christ, what is on my foot?
Run to go get it.
Oh god. Yeah, you're running to go get the chest.
Cal also tosses him a coin.
He'll take the coin and get a little taller.
Bring it back.
Really? One more.
And bring back the chest.
Okay.
And say,
And just put it down.
can you open this? Eat around it.
I just gave him a little middle. He just got bigger.
This
So
is
now
a
might not be the
terrible
best time to
Eat
do that.
chest.
Oh no.
No.
Inside chest, don't eat.
Eat chest.
Outside chest. Outside layer.
Eat chest, not inside.
Eat top
No,
of chest.
outside.
So we'll wait for you here.
You can
We have
eat the
translator.
chest, but whatever's inside it we want.
Me inside.
You're inside?
Oh, there's another?
No.
Dude.
Is there someone like you inside the chest?
Me inside.
I think he
keep
just.
seeing me inside.
I think he just is saying.
Red. Hide. Me inside.
Red
me
hide.
inside.
There's a lot!
It's a bunch of it's a powder keg.
It's a barrel of monkeys.
It's a barrel of monkeys.
Red hide.
It's a
Did you
powder
hear red?
keg.
Red.
Red, the cloak too.
I believe this is where he hides when the
Protect brothers.
Should we let him eat it?
Should we open it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Give it to him to
Good
eat.
idea or bad idea?
Ask him if the sun is harmful.
If you guys want to take just a
Yes,
couple
I will
minutes,
do that. Does the sun
I
hurt?
could really concentrate on this whole concept of releasing all the things that are inside the chest.
But he said that they're brothers.
I'll tell you right now. Mixed results.
Ask him if the sun is harmful. Yeah, that'll be the be all end all.
Do it.
I'm gonna ask him if the sun's harmful.
Listen, we've done a lot of tough things.
Sun. Time. Burn.
Or repeat this back to you.
A certain amount of time before they fizzle out. It's
Sun. Time. Burn.
oh, put the chest outside. If the sun
No.
if we get the first layer, we bring it
It's
back.
not going to open in the metal. The metal is protecting them.
I'm gonna keep protecting them until we figure out what to do with them.
Yes,
say that in,
I believe
like,
this is a
broken
later
code
thing.
language, but like,
Protect
This
chest.
feels like
Protect
a later
chest.
thing.
Brother. Eat. Brother. Eat.
Wait, you want to
Release?
eat your brothers?
No, he would eat the case.
It's the case.
And
eat
it
the
would
cage,
release his brothers.
Ask him if we'd be safe.
Would
Would
we
the
be safe?
ship be safe?
We.
Oh, no.
They
Oh,
would.
oh,
They
dude.
would.
Us
They
safe.
would.
We. Safe.
We safe.
Family.
The
Cry.
ship's running.
Family.
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 Family. Safe.
Family.
Brothers. Family.
And the
How
ship is-
many
the ship
brothers
is
are
wrong.
in the
So the
chest?
ship's safe.
Family. Big.
I feel like we're pushing
Let's
our own
go.
boundaries.
This
That's-
is great.
If only I had a Fae last episode that I could have brought with me.
Tess is asking.
it's-
you.
Ask him if they're gunpowder or if they're other ones.
They're probably like you.
They like you or
Are your
others?
is your family like you, or
All like family.
well, ship is mom. So
So
mom
what?
is safe. Do we have a problem opening?
Okay.
No problem.
No.
I believe we might. If these are different things, we might get something fun. Perhaps one made out of fruit, or perhaps we'll get one made completely out of fire.
Sails.
Or just a bunch of sails that would rip through the ship when it opens.
Soup.
brothers? Are your brothers happy in there, or are they sad in there?
Does it say soup?
Happy. Sad.
Do they want to be in there, or do they want to be free?
Free.
Do they want to be out of the box?
Box.
I feel like we're trying to reason with something that has very little reason.
While this is going on,
We can either make a choice or not. I feel like we have all the
I
information.
want to go up to
We
the
just need to-
deck and see where the tide is.
It's getting closer. I mean, you could probably have another, like, the sun is beginning to set, and not only that, but you're seeing, there are ways away, but you're seeing the two brothers, and they're coming back with what looks to be like a bigger group of people.
I think we should just keep feeding him and go. Oh, if we feed all of them, I bet the ship's gonna go fast. We could just release them all and just start feeding them all.
I think that's a good idea.
Listen, I'm down.
Release your brothers!
Right, alright, let's put it in.
Box!
Um,
Eat that box! Eat that box! Eat that
You
box!
place the metal chest, and as you do, there is a sort of like scuttling noise as the rest of you just see as this little creature like comes over to
I'm
where
sitting next to it.
the metal is, and as it does, it places a tiny paw, like this big, like tiny little black paw, like over it, and you see as like little grains of sand, it disperses itself. Like it basically just sends the little pieces crawling all over until what's left is sort of this head attached to this totally encompassed area. And then the eyes will sort of look about the space.
You got this, buddy.
And, and dip its head forward. And as it looks about the space, there is a and like completely localized to the area, and smoke just starts pouring out of everything. You guys, like it is almost like somebody lit off like 4 or 5 fog clouds in this space.
Yes.
And then you just hear like all of these sounds, and as the smoke begins to clear and filter through the cracks, different sizes, different materials,
Yes.
different sort of makes, and you see one that's made of fruit. You see one that sort of reaches over, and as it does, it like it runs over to where a broken sword is and begins to crawl up it, and as it does, the sword becomes whole again. Another one that's made out of this like sort of black material crawls up the sword and eats all of the rust off of it. These different elementals begin to, one seems to like flitter from one shoulder to the next, this little air being that runs through. This water one like gets really close to all of you and just like sits on the bridge of your nose, and then jumps from one, and then jumps from the other, and jumps from the other, and then a large being is in the center of this space. As the gray casing fills outward, filling into this shape that looms the entire size of the cabin. This thing is one of the only things that you've seen that is taller than Clip. As this thing has now taken the metal casing of it and enveloped itself, it looks like the thing from the Thor movie. Do you know what I mean? With the slit in the eyes, where it's like, it's standing in the space, and as it does, the visor drops, and red just appears in this space until there's and you see the gunpowder elemental. Family. And the head turns to look around the space. Family. And then all of them look at you guys, and one of them poops out a banana. And that's where we're going to end tonight. Thank you so much for tuning in to tonight's episode of Never. We hope you guys had a great time tonight. As always, stick around. We're going to go raid a channel and show some love their way. Indigo Connect. And hey, are we ever going to stop creating such weird and amazing creatures? Never! I love you guys. We'll see you soon. T. Graves, thanks for hanging out with us. And Al, thank you so much. We love you so much. And new person, hello. Thank you for coming in. We love you guys. We'll see you soon.
Woohoo!